as I see the Bills getting a lot of love in the last 24 hours, this is a Super Bowl favorite. Have we taken for granted how good this team is? And more importantly, have we taken for granted how they got here? They were patient. I've said this a million times with Josh Allen. We gave the Bills an opportunity every season to figure out that he wasn't the guy. And they shut off the noise. They developed him, and they got things right. Now he's an MVP favorite in the same year that his team is a Super Bowl favorite. And you look at that and say, hey, they've done something special. No matter what the outcome is this year in Buffalo, you have to know that right now you are in the window of incredible once-in-a-generation opportunity. With the ESPN Radio Sports Beat.
WYNG 1410 Dayton. Dayton's ESPN Radio. It's time for kickoff. We now send you down to the field for the ESPN Dayton High School Football Game of the Week.
Justin Kinner, Keith Byers with you live here at Trotwood Madison High School for our ESPN Dayton Week 4 High School Football Game of the Week. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Thursday night. The Trotwood Rams welcoming in the Alter Knights, and it's a beautiful night for high school football, Keith, and glad to have you here. Beautiful weather, perfect night for high school football here in the Miami Valley.
Oh, absolutely. It's a great night for football, high school football especially. Football, NFL getting started for the people that can't make it out here to Trotwood tonight. You watch the NFL on Thursday night, but hey, if you listen to my voice to the radio, hey, come on, you got time to make it. Plenty of seats available, even though the stands are pretty packed for Thursday night. But there's still room for you to come here to watch the Trotwood Rams take on the Knights of Alter.
So two teams right now in the early parts of this season I find very interesting right now, Keith, because you have the Trotwood Rams who are looking for their first win of the season. And it's not as if this is a bad football team, but they have played a grueling schedule. They have a sophomore quarterback, a star sophomore quarterback at that, in Timothy Carpenter. We'll talk about him in a moment. But Keith, they faced one of the top teams in the state in Winton Woods in week 1. Another top team in the state in Fairmont in week 2. And then last week, I don't know how good Springfield is, but Mo Douglas, he's doing some okay things.
Championship game last year.
Trotwood's just run into 3 straight buzzsaws to start the season, and I think tonight we're going to have a better opportunity to see who they are as their schedule lightens up. I still think this is a good football team. I know, but 0-3, I think it's hard for people to see past that.
I think it's safe to say they're the best 0-3 football team in the state of Ohio.
If you could bet on high school football, I would put my bet on that.
Yes,
I'd put my money on that being a thing.
I mean, they're playing Alter. Alter had their struggles the first week of the season also. They opened up with Fairmont, and then the last 2 weeks, they kind of got healthy, playing against Meadowdale. And I just took my time.
Meadowdale, and then they played the Thurgood Marshall in week 2. Yep.
And they had 2 back-to-back shutouts to get them back on strike. Right. I know those programs that they beat have been struggling of late, but I think they're going to be good teams as the season wears on. So this game is going to get more of an identity of who Alter really is and who Trotwood is. I believe Trotwood's traditionally been better than 0-3. When was the last time they started 0-3? Probably not since the 80s.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. And so I'm looking forward to them to get back on track. I don't know who's going to win the game just yet, but I think going into this game, these teams are pretty much evenly, matched. One is 0-3, the other's 2-1, but you got to look at their opponents and how they played them. And, Trotwood's hungry for that first W.
No, they are. And, 2 teams who I look at them and I think they're more evenly matched than you think. I know people are looking at the records, but as you talked about, since that week 1 blowout loss against Fairmont for Alter, they gave up 31 points in week 1. You mentioned it. Since then, they've shut out their last 2 opponents in weeks 2 and 3. Thurgood Marshall week 2, obviously Meadowdale in week 3, but they haven't faced a high-powered offense yet. Despite the 0-3 record, this is a very high-powered offense, and Timothy Carpenter, one of the top quarterbacks in the Miami Valley, going up against a new name that I think has kind of turned some heads, Gavin Connor, one of the top quarterbacks in the GCL in the co-ed division, of course, but Gavin Connor second in total yards passing in the GCL right now. So I think you're going to see 2 young quarterbacks on display, 2 teams that I still think are trying to find themselves. I'm excied for this matchup
also,
tonight.
I think, Timothy Carpenter is going to be the best quarterback Alter's facing, in week 4 here.
Yes.
So that's going to be, even though they practice against a pretty good quarterback every day in practice, and Gavin Connor, you don't play against him. So now they're going to play against someone who I think is probably one of the best sophomore quarterbacks in the area. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Timothy Carpenter, though, did struggle last week against Springfield. Who doesn't, though? Springfield, one of the top teams in the state for a reason. He completed 3 of 16 passes for 66 yards, did throw 2 interceptions. That might be one of the worst performances he's had in his young career. I don't anticipate a repeat of that tonight. Altar's good defensively, don't get me wrong, but I think that Timothy Carpenter's been waiting for a game like this to just kind of let loose. A good quality team in Altar, but at the same time, an opponent that he can maybe cook against, and we'll find out. But I'm Justin Kenner. He's Keith Byers, live here at Trotwood Madison High School for our Week 4 ESPN Dayton High School football game of the week. The Altar Knights and the Trotwood Rams. We'll step away for 30 seconds. We'll have kickoff when we come back.
It's time for Frickin' Football. Frickers has a way to make this the winning season. Try a Frickin' Chicken Taco, Grilled Chicken Taco, or Mississippi Barbecue Taco for a limited time. Enjoy a 48-ounce personal pitcher of domestic draft beer.
I like this kind of party. I like this kind of party, baby.
All the games of college and the NFL at the place that leads the way with inflation-busting prices, everyday values, and where kids eat free. The home for fun, food, sports, and spirits. Frickers.
Justin Kenner, Keith Byers with you live here at Trotwood Madison High School, our ESPN Dayton High School football game of the week. The Trotwood Rams 0-3, the home team looking for their first win of the season as they welcome in the Altar Knights 2-1. They've won 2 straight since their opening season loss against the Fairmont Firebirds. It's a rivalry between those two that has really belonged to Fairmont. I mean, we started doing high school football, about 5-6 years ago, Keith? I remember our first Altar Fairmont game. We talked about how, it's a rivalry dominated by Altar, but since we've started doing games, and I think it has more to do with Dave Miller taking over as head coach and us doing games. But
doing that game.
But nonetheless, Altar and Trotwood getting set to go head-to-head here tonight on 1410 ESPN Radio. We usually bring our game of the week on Friday nights, but this one had my eye early in the season. I wanted to make sure we got this one on our schedule. But I've had great games every single week. Last week, Keith, how about that? The Wayne Warriors over Pinkerton Central in a very low-scoring game, 10-9 the final.
You're right. I mean, I saw their former defense coordinator, Lorenzo Stiles, who's both his sons at Notre Dame and at Ohio State. And I said, I was looking for you, Lorenzo. He said, no, I took the year off. I got to follow my sons around. And I was telling him about the game. He said, yeah, my defense is still working pretty good. They instituted. Kept them out of the end zone and held them to a field goal. I said, oh, you already heard. So that was a great game last week, 10-9 ball game between Pinkerton Central and Wayne Warriors. So, we get a game similar like that tonight, I won't complain. That was a good game on Friday night. Looking for a good game this Thursday night as we get ready for kickoff. And Trotwood will receive the ball first.
Trotwood again got shut out last week against Springfield. They're looking to score for the first time in a while. Altar has yet to give up a point in 2 straight weeks. So interesting opening drive here. Altar's kick is off.
Oh, he's out of bounds.
And it's
not out of bounds.
No, it's live. It drops about the
bounce.
21. Yeah. So a very, not the best kickoff, but it did take an Altar bounce at the same time. So we'll see the Trotwood Rams and Timothy Carpenter take over and start their opening drive tonight, Keith, at the 21-yard line, their 21-yard line. And we'll see what Jeff Graham and company has in store here. Jeff Graham has done some fantastic things here with this Rams program, Keith, but you know how much of an ultimate uber competitor he is. I'm sure this losing has him very frustrated, as does the players.
He's been on edge, I tell you that.
All right, now 1st and 10 from the 21 for Timothy Carpenter and the Rams. Timothy Carpenter lines up under the snap. It's going to be a handoff to the running back and nothing cooking there. A yard, maybe 2. He's taken down about the 22, 21-yard line.
Well, it's the filling out period right now. It's only the first play of the game, but I always, worry about the first 6 minutes. Well, the first, in high school, it's a little different, 12-minute quarters. Really, the first 4 minutes of each quarter, how are you going to start the quarter and how you finish the quarter? So, it's still early. First play, went for positive yards, and here we are getting ready for play number 2.
All right, now Timothy Carpenter lines up under center, drops back, faces pressure, avoids the first tackle, still on his feet, rolling out. He gets to the 15, he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, lobs it up, and it's caught.
Touch pass.
Armani Rogers comes down with it, but a flag was thrown.
We might get holding. It's in the vicinity of it. He got a holding. It looks like it's going to be holding. It's in the backfield. The penalty is. Well,
unfortunate.
Timothy Carter was rolling to his left, under duress, and but a great touch pass on the run. Too bad he's not gonna get credit for it because they're gonna bring him back for holding. But that's what you're just talking about in pregame, is athleticism, and he's such a young, quarterback. His upside is tremendous.
So a costly penalty here in the early going after what would have been one of the biggest highlight plays of the night. Only the second play of the night, by the way,
yes,
but still easily one of the biggest highlight plays of the night is called back, and now it sets up a 2nd and long situation, 2nd and 21 for Timothy Carpenter in this Rams offense.
Trotwood's been struggling. That's not how you want to start your game off 2nd and 21.
Carpenter sends a man in motion, gets the snap, drops back at the 5.
Got a man.
Completes the pass, almost connects it to Armani Rogers once again, who made that huge catch up that left sideline earlier.
Yeah,
he can't come down with it.
Yeah, Armani wants that one back because that catch was a lot easier than the one he previously made on another play. That's down there looking at 3rd and forever. But if he would have completed that pass, that would have cut it in half at least. But what Trotwood has to do right now is just manage the game. They want to get some positive yards because you don't want to be punting from inside your 10-yard line to start the game off and give Alter great field position. So whether they get a first down or not, they need to get some kind of positive yards. And there's a quarterback draw, and that's a good call. That's a good call. Not enough for the first down, but I think they called Alter somewhat of a blitz, and the play went for a good 15 yards, a 15-yard gain. Now you can punt the ball, where your punter has a little breathing room, and your defense, has a better chance to, start and, be effective. But before you get defense, you got to block for this punt and get down and cover it.
Yeah, and again, on that 3rd and long right there, they had nearly completed a pass in the previous play, which would have put them in good position to try to pick up the first. But at that situation, a 3rd and long, deep in your territory, you don't want to risk turning it over.
Yeah, you're behind the chains. You don't want to give team early momentum. Good snap, good punt. Got a fair catch is called, and he makes the fair catch called on a 42-yard line.
So with that,
called to 43.
So after that punch, we'll see the Alter Knights come onto the field for the first time tonight. Again, talked about their defense shutting out their last 2 opponents in back-to-back games, but their offense has been pretty impressive as well, putting up 30 and 40-plus points in back-to-back weeks as well, after not really being able to get anything going against the tough defense of the Fairmont Firebirds. So we'll see tonight what they are able to get going against the Trotwood Rams. So there's a timeout out on the field. We're going to take a quick timeout ourselves. Our producer back in the studio, Brandon Williams. Brandon, let these commercials play. We will fix the issue back in the studio, and we'll be back with you coming up in 60 seconds.
Welcome to Allstate, where saving on your auto insurance is kind of like a joyride. You, your car, and an open road. Maybe your best friend, too. The music is chill, and so is the traffic. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Call me, Dave Mowdy, at 325-2474. That's 325-2474. Right across the street from Frisch's on East Main Street in Springfield. Based on coverage selected, savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
Do you know what people see when they Google you? Search engines don't always get it right. And when they're wrong, it's your reputation on the line. So what do you do when you don't agree with your search results? Call Reputation Defender at 800-401-6681. Reputation Defender by Norton is one of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. We have over a decade of experience in fixing people's search results.
All right, Justin Kinner, Keith Byers back with you here on 1410 ESPN Radio, right in the middle of the action, a 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line for the Alter Knights, and the handoff to the running back, right up the middle, nothing cooking. Gavin Connor can't get anything going there, Keith. Good start defensively for the Rams.
Yeah, that's what you need, just some positive plays to come your way. And, they certainly had that on the first play. Not the tackle for loss that he almost had, but, holding the 10 yards, the 2 yards, and here we go. I also remember a couple of years ago, a playoff game. Alter came in here and annihilated Trotwood. So I'm sure that's in the back of Trotwood players' mind.
It's back when they had C.J. Hicks.
Yep.
Handoff to the running back up the middle. He's tripped up, and he's taken down about the 44-yard line.
Down.
And that's number 11 and Ethan Willits, the running back for the Alter Knights, who picks up the first down. The chains move, and we'll have a fresh set of downs for Gavin Connor and the Alter Knights offense.
Yeah, they don't want to see that play too often. They found it. They was gashing them over on the left side of that Alter offensive line. You get your running back running downhill like that, he's going to run a long time. They play a wishbone offense.
Again, back to that wishbone formation again, and going to be another handoff to Willits.
Take it to the first man through and then get to the second one. Same play.
Trotwood sniffed that out. And keep in mind, the same type of offense is what really slashed them up against Fairmont just a few weeks ago. So already seeing a much better approach and to stand up front again with the big bodies that Trotwood has. They do have big bodies up front of that DL.
Yeah, they're going to make a physical game. Alter is always, quote unquote proud of themselves on being, a physical team, and they can throw the ball as well.
So now it's going to be 2nd and 8, ball at the 42. Connor sends a man in motion. That's Willits in motion, heading over to the right. Fake handoff to the left, back to the right. Yep. And he's at the 30. He's at the 25, and we taken down about the 20, and a big burst of speed right there.
This wishbone offense, even though they put a man in, it was a broken bone, you still have to read your keys. You kind of get lost trying to follow the ball. So when I say read your keys, if you're the outside linebacker, you got to read the opposite back and vice versa, instead of watching the near back and then get you in trouble with all them fakes.
So now another fresh set of downs to work with. We're at the 7:57 mark of the first quarter, scoreless.
Just open the drive you want if you're altered. No passes, just ramming the ball down the throats.
And they won't pass too often. Again, another handoff up the middle, nothing cooking. Trotwood's been good on first down. It's been 2nd and 3rd that they really haven't been able to sustain any kind of stops here. So again, with a lot of involvement from their running backs, talking about the Alter Knights, whether it's Michael, Russ in the pass game, of course, but Vinny Purcell, again, another name to keep an eye out for here tonight. We've seen Willits already a few times. That brings up 2nd and 8. Ball at the 19. 7:20 to go here in the first quarter. Gavin Connor lines up under center, back in the wishbone, as you talked about earlier, Keith, and now he waits for the snap. The snap at the 19.
Here we go.
Fake, and he's going to call his own number. He's going to get to the 20, the 15, and the 11-yard line.
That keeper was there 2 plays ago, and I can imagine that the coaches in the booth say, hey, call it again and keep it. He was wide open if they wanted it.
So another first down, and I talked about earlier how Trotwood looked really a lot better against this type of run formation. Again, they did not look good against Fairmont a few weeks ago, but Alter's getting a lot of the same movement that Fairmont did earlier in the season.
Well, there's no more first down, so Trotwood, this is it's almost 4-down territory. Your defense got to, take a stand, dig in, and and play on their side of the line of scrimmage. Alter's offensive line is dominating right now.
And again, another stuff on first down. If Trotwood could just find a way to have 3 straight first down approaches, they would. So now we'll see another 2nd down opportunity come up. They have the ball right at the 10-yard line, Keith.
Here we go. What they have to do is read your keys. Just don't get it. I'm sure, Alter's had some success in this drive using a lot of misdirection. I would expect, they're going to fake it to the first guy through and hand it to the second guy. So can you be disciplined enough to wait for it? There's an option.
And he's taken down again.
Read your keys.
So it's
faked it to the fullback through, and then the quarterback kept it with an option. And you got to remember who's got the quarterback, who's got the pitch.
It's 0-0 here in quarter number 1. 6:06 remaining here in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, Keith Byers, Justin Kinner on the call for our Week 4 ESPN Dayton High School football game of the week.
Big play right here. The defense can get off the field if they can stop me and hold them to a field goal attempt. Otherwise it's going to be 4-down territory. They think about a touchdown, especially if they get positive yards here.
3rd down, they need 9 for the touchdown. Drops back. And the
Good
slant was
defense.
there, and they're calling pass interference, I believe.
Yeah. They're going to say he had his hand on his left arm. He batted. The ball was a slant to the left. So the defensive back batted the ball down with his right hand. And I guess the referee's going to say he had his hip on him, or he had him wrapped up with his left. I didn't see it that way.
So that's unfortunate because that was third.
That was third down.
Yep, it was a 3rd and goal, and that would have set up a field goal for Alter, and that would have been a huge stop for Trotwood in essence. But nonetheless, that pass interference is going to set up a 1st and goal coming up. And
right at the 4.5, 5 yard line, it's called it.
And that was a very smart play called right there. Again, Gavin Connor, who hadn't attempted a pass all first quarter here. But that was probably the perfect time to do that, and it kind of caught the defense off guard a little bit, and the pass interference bailed them out. So 1st and goal coming up. I know they repeat 3rd down, I'm sorry. Right? Unless they just haven't changed it on there. So no, fresh set of downs, and running back squares his shoulders. He'll be taken down at the –
What they call it?
1 yard line.
I thought he broke the plane, but they didn't give it to him.
36, Schaefer.
He was taken down at the 1, and it will be a 4th and goal coming up, Keith. I thought it was a fresh set of downs that he got there, but they must have declined the penalty. 4th and 1 coming up now. They need 1 yard for the score, of course. 5:08 remaining here. Gavin Connor and the alternate offense.
Quarterback keeper.
Again, 9 seconds on the play clock. Under 5 minutes to go. 4th and goal. That's that quarterback keeper, and he breaks the plane, as you talked about that you thought you saw earlier. Yeah. I don't think there's any doubt about this one.
Yeah, that offensive line just changed the line of scrimmage. They just moved the Ram defenders off the line of scrimmage and put it in the hands of your offensive line. That's a good drive by Alter.
So the quarterback sneak gives the Alter Knights a 6-0 lead, and now special teams comes out an extra point away from taking a 7-0 lead. Trying to get the number, of course, the kicker coming out for Alter, but nonetheless awaits the hold and the snap, or the snap and the hold. The snap, high snap.
Oh, almost blocked that kick.
And he's able to get the kick through the uprights, and that's going to make it 7-0. The Alter Knights strike first on their opening drive. How will the Trotwood Rams respond as they get their second opportunity here in quarter number 1? It's 7-0 Alter Knights over the Trotwood Rams. 4:51 to go. Kickoff when we come back.
Buckeye fans, the brand new Chicken Wing in Huber Heights is now open and ready to take your tailgate party to the next level. Do you need a large order of wings for your next Buckeye party? Place your order at our drive-thru. No one else can say that. Chicken Wing is fresh, never frozen, and cooked to order. Hand-battered tenders and fresh hand-tossed wings and your choice of delicious sauces. Chicken Wing, 6315 Brent Pike in Huber Heights. Find us on social at Chicken Wing Co., where fresh and flavor come together. Oh yeah, go Bucks.
If you need new roofing, siding, or gutters, skylights, or patio enclosures, if you're a homeowner or business and need someone you can trust, don't take a chance. Enhance with Lance. Lance Roofing and Siding in Fairborn has been satisfying customers since 1993 and hold an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Lance Roofing and Siding, 8460 Dayton Springfield Road in Fairborn. Call for a free estimate at 864-2722. That's 864-2722 or online at lanceroofing.com.
A 7-0 lead for the Alter Knights. A quarterback sneak on a 4th and goal. 4th and 1 for Gavin Connor. That's how the Alter Knights were able to strike first. The Trotwood Rams had a very interesting opening drive. Again, it was a couple nice plays from Timothy Carpenter, a couple nice, play near catch attempts, of course, for his star wide receiver and Armani Rogers, but a penalty brought it back, and now we'll have a chance to see if.
We're going to get excellent field position. That little pooch punt gave him the ball about the 35, 36 yard line.
Yeah, in the midst of talking about that opening drive for Trotwood, the kickoff, of course, by the Alter Knights, and the Rams will now have decent field position, as you talked about. So we'll see if they can put that opening drive behind them. The fact that the defense gave up an opening drive score as well. I liked what we saw from Timothy Carpenter in the early going. We'll see if they can get going. On both sides.
Yes, 2 penalties. I mean, one hurt them on offense that would have led them to a first down and great field position, and the other one that they got off the field on a 3rd down on defense.
Timothy Carpenter awaits the snap, sends a man in motion. This time he's going to get this one to Armani Rogers, who turns that corner, but nothing cooking there. Yard, maybe 2. Yard gain.
I hate that play into the boundary.
Short side of the field.
Running wide into the short side of the field. I'm like, I'd rather you hand it to me in the short side of the field.
I didn't get to see you yesterday. I haven't even asked you about that game yet. See you hanging out with Zeke and some of
Yeah,
the
but
big name
Zeke,
bucks. Yeah.
Antonio Holmes, Braxton Miller.
Empty backfield set coming up on the 2nd and 5. Timothy Carpenter waits the snap from his
Just
own
take what
40.
the defense gives you if you try. We got a hitch right there.
Drops back, steps into his throw, and it's high. And you could say the receiver kind of got hit a little late there, but they ain't going to call that.
No.
I think he's letting him know it too, but his intended target, I believe, number 88.
Yeah, Richard
McCluskey, I'm sorry, 85 on the his intended target, but just a little too high of a throw. He had time to throw. Brings up a 3rd and 5, 4:40 to go.
Yeah, but you don't want to continue to have these 3rd and mediums and 3rd and longs. But, he can make a play with his legs also.
Carpenter drops back, faces pressure, lobs this one high, going to go to Armani Rogers. Rogers reaches out for it, can't get there in time, and the official says no contact was made. And good play by the cornerback there, and Mitchell Russ. That's Michael Russ, I'm sorry, for the Alternites. And now that's going to bring up 4th and 5, and the team's going to punt here.
Yeah, they had a great field position, didn't take advantage of it.
They just haven't been able to sustain any kind of offensive momentum at all, and now they'll punt from their own 40 on the 4th and 5, trailing 7-0. And now if you're Alter, this is exactly what you like when you're a run team. You have a lead early on, you milk a lot of clock, and now you just play the
bad snap.
Carpenter.
Good kick, though.
Gets that one to drop. It's still rolling, and again, it's going to be a Trotwood roll right here. It's going to go from the 40 all the way to the opposite 21, so not a bad punt there at all for the Rams. All right, we'll have a second possession of the night for the Alternites as they make their way back onto the field. We'll go ahead and keep it here. Keith, tonight the NFL kicks off, and the Rams, and of course the defending Super Bowl champions, the Rams and the Buffalo Bills. I know you have a cookie in your mouth real quick, and to be fair, you did think we were going to commercial break, so I'll just stop. I'll just fill some time here.
Trade secrets.
You're the only one I know that eats Fig Newtons, by the way. I haven't had those since. I mean, that I'm not saying you're old, but that's my grandparents used to give those to me as snacks when I was little. So you're not old. I'm just saying. All right, 1st and 10 at the 22 for Gavin Conner and the Alternites offense at their own 21. Again, the fake handoff, and now it is a handoff right up the middle.
They hand to the second guy through.
That's Jacob Schaefer for the Alternites.
So they're making Trotwood play, very disciplined, defense. So when you tackle the first guy, you think he has the ball, and he's pulled it and giving it to the second guy. So sometimes your defenders, have a tendency to overcommit because they think the first guy who got the fake actually has the ball, but he doesn't. So that's the misdirection that I'm trying to, explain so people know what I'm talking about. And I say Alter's running a lot of misdirection, really faking to the first guy and giving it to the second guy through.
Gavin Conner lines up under center, 2nd and 4 from their own 28 coming up. This time Gavin Conner calls his old number, and he's going to be taken down about the 34-yard line.
Yeah, most of their offense was off of fakes, except when they hand it to the fullback first time through, and they have you thinking that it's going to be something else, and he's like, wait a minute, he just gassed us for 4 yards.
So a fresh set of downs coming up. They get to the 34.
Trotwood needs to have a too late for the 3 and out, but they need to take a stand right here and get off the field to give your offense a chance to give them, more possessions. The game is only 7-0, but it feels like it's 14-0. Because Alter is dominating the game early.
See if they can find a way to force any kind of turnover here.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Again, that's a big stop right there. Yeah, so almost getting a near turnover. They did.
Oh, they called him down.
Man, as I was talking about that turnover, they nearly got
that
one. So they sacked the quarterback there, but he lost for about 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd and 14, I believe.
That was a big hit by number 40, Kewan Hobart. That was a big, that's what we used to call those hits slobber knockers. The mouthpiece is a little loose. That's a big time, good, clean, hard hit football play.
Gavin Conner, 2nd and 11 from their own 33.
Maybe they woke up to Trotwood's defense.
And a quick snap and a quick release, and he connects to number 5 and Michael Russ.
Yeah, number 5 for Braylon Brewer for Trotwood defensive back. He slipped and fell on that play. Good thing he didn't stay down. He recovered.
Michael Russ, that's his 7th reception of the season. Okay, not a lot of passes to go around in this type of offense, but his 7th catch
Be ready when they throw it to you.
Yep, 133 yards now in the season. He does have a touchdown as well. So that's going to bring up 1st and 10 from the 44. 1:45 remaining here in quarter number 1. If you're just joining us, the Alternites lead at 7-0 over the Trotwood Rams. Gavin Connor awaits the snap. Connor gets the snap, quick handoff, and a quick burst right down the middle, but enough for about a 3-4 yard gain. Gets the ball to about the 47, 48-yard line. Looks like ball at the 48.
Well, I mean, they're averaging 4.5, 5 yards a pop. Yeah, you got to slow that down.
2nd and 6 coming up. Ball at the midfield. Spot at the 48 now. 1:08 remaining. The official blows the whistle.
Trotwood's going to call a timeout. They don't like what they see.
Well, they went a little different formation there offensively. Timeout out on the field. We'll take a timeout ourselves. Keith Byers, Justin Kinner, live here on 1410 ESPN Radio. It'll be 2nd and 6 from the Alter 48 for the Alter offense when we come back.
Do you know what people see when they Google you? Search engines don't always get it right. And when they're wrong, it's your reputation on the line. So what do you do when you don't agree with your search results? Call Reputation Defender at 800-401-6681. Reputation Defender by Norton is one of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. We have over a decade of experience in fixing people's search results, and we can help you too. Using cutting-edge approaches, Reputation Defender pushes unflattering information down to lower pages of your search results, where few people ever look. We also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, letting you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. You owe it to yourself to take control with Reputation Defender. Visit www.reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 for free advice on your situation. 800-401-6681.
2nd and 6 from the 48. Gavin Connor releases the pass, and it's incomplete. At first, I thought that was a flag, but that was just the football bouncing up and down the opposite end of the field, Keith. So big break right there for the Trotwood Rams. So it was a good timeout by Jeff Graham. Whatever he saw, they made the adjustments during the timeout, and that sets up a 3rd and 6 coming out of the break.
30 and meet him, 3rd and long.
So 3rd and 6 coming up now, exactly about 1:01 remaining here in this ball game, my goodness, first quarter, I should say. 7-0 lead for Alter. Alter trying to extend their second drive of the night here. Big opportunity here for Trotwood if they can get a stop. Gavin Connor lines up, sends a man in motion, awaits the snap, ball at his own 48. Gavin Connor rolls out to his right, keeps his eyes down the field. Quick release, it's in the air, and that's going to be out of bounds. It's deflected. Big stop right here for Trotwood, as I would assume the punt team will come out for the Alternites, and that's the case.
Yeah, I see the punter when we out in the field. Number 22, WeeK. I like receivers. Receivers never think they're covered, and it's always the penalty on the field. He's looking at, hey, man, where's the man?
It's like basketball. I mean, anyone that drives to the bucket is never not fouled, to be honest.
Fouled.
So now the punt team out on the field on the 4th and 6 from the 48. And now and this is a good spot to punt from, because if you get a nice punt here, you bury them deep in their territory. We've yet to see Trotwood really be able to get any kind of momentum going offensively.
Yeah, but if he punts a line drive, I would try to return it. But he didn't. He punted the ball up in the air, make him fair catch it.
Ooh, dangerous right there. But, yes, the fair catch, and he comes down right there at the 18-yard line. So that's where Timothy Carpenter and the Trotwood Ram offense will come out for their 3rd drive of the night, Keith, and this will be with about 48 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Trotwood need first downs. They only have one first down, if I'm not mistaken. You know, the other one got called back. No, they only have a first down. They do not have a first down.
Yeah, the one first down they did pick up, as you mentioned, brought back.
back.
So with that being said, 48 seconds in the first quarter.
Tonight.
Timothy Carpenter and the Rams offense back out on the field. 1st and 10 for the 18.
They got 3 plays to get it, but then I'm predicting they won't need 3 plays to get their first down. It'll be happening on the 1st or 2nd play.
Carpenter on the handoff. Nothing cooking there. So it maybe gets back to the original line of scrimmage. We'll see here, but
maybe.
Clock continues to tick here in quarter number 1. But I kind of like the run play a little bit. They get a little pass heavy here in the early going, but again, there was just really nothing cooking there for the Rams.
You don't want to come out run, pass. Sometimes you got to throw the ball on first down and
throw on for
second and third.
So now 20 seconds. Really no separate. Yeah.
Or a quarter unless it's an incomplete pass.
No separation really at all between the game clock and the play clock. And Timothy Carpenter will line up under center. We'll be very curious to see, Keith, if they do try to get a playoff here to close out the quarter. 5 seconds remaining. Carpenter, they will on the snap. Back to the running back, and he's popped and spun around, and nothing cooking there. A very underwhelming 2-play drive here to close out the first quarter. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Forever again.
Actually, no, you're right. There was a loss on that play there.
14.
Good for the defense of the Alternites. They were right there in the backfield. They were there before the running back even got the ball. That wraps it up here after 1 quarter of play. It's a 7-0 lead for the Alternites, and it'll be 3rd and 13 from the Trotwood 15 for the Trotwood Ram offense. We'll be right back. More, or quarter number 2 coming up of our ESPN Dayton High School Football Game of the Week.
Why choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number? Because our Sleep Number 360 smart bed is really smart. It senses your movement and automatically adjusts to help keep you both comfortable. Plus, it's temperature balancing so you stay cool. It's even smart enough to know exactly how long, how well, and when you slept. Our smart sleepers get 28 minutes more restful sleep per night. Sleep Number takes care of the science. All you have to do is sleep. Don't miss our weekend special where all smart beds are on sale. Save 50% on the Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed, plus free delivery when you add a base. Ends Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
Dell Technologies' semi-annual sale has arrived, and it's time to upgrade to the latest business technology. Save big on laptops and desktops with Windows 11 Pro. Plus, get amazing deals on server, storage, and cloud solutions, as well as top work accessories, including docks, monitors, and more. Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for business. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL for special business offers during our semi-annual sale.
Justin Kinner, Keith Byers with you here on 1410 ESPN Radio. It's our ESPN Dayton High School Football Game of the Week. The Alternites lead at 7-0 over the Trotwood Rams, and the Rams right now, it's their 3rd offensive possession of the night, and they've yet to get anything cooking offensively. It's 3rd and 13 from their own 15, and Timothy Carpenter and company looking to convert here on 3rd and long. Keith, 2 run plays on 1st and 2nd down. Nothing cooking there. They can't get the run game going. We've seen some okay plays in the past game. They just have not been able to sustain any kind of drive.
No, not yet.
So
they're still looking for the identity right now, and they're looking for somebody to step up and make a big play. Who will it be?
So it's going to be the first play of the second quarter here. And again, it's our high school football game of the week here on a Thursday night. The Alternites and the Trotwood Rams. And again, this game on TV tonight as well.
That's where the extra TV timeouts are coming in at.
Yeah, I was going to say, there seems to be those extra delay. Yep, just kind of that game on Dayton 24/7 now. So shout out to them. All right, now 3rd and long. Timothy Carpenter. Empty backfield, as you would expect. 3 receivers set to his left. He awaits the snap. 3rd and 13 from his own 15. Opening play here in the second quarter. The Rams trail 7-0. Timothy Carpenter gets the snap. Drops back. No pressure. Steps in.
Got a chance to
completes.
get a first down. Make a guy miss.
That's Keenaz Smith. He completes the pass to. And might be just short of the first. And man, this is so tempting, Keith, but I think you have to be smart here and bring the punt team out, right?
Yeah, it's only a 7-0 ball game. You got to be patient. That's a long yard, and that's excellent defense by Alter. Keep everything in front of you, let the guy catch it, and make a tackle.
And they knew, especially with where the ball was. Yep. So it's 4th and 1, but the one interesting wrinkle you always have is your quarterback's also your punter too, and it's one of those. How much trust do you have in him to make this decision?
About Alter defenders.
But to be fair, the defense did get a stop. High snap, and no, there's going to be no trickery here. This is just a good line drive punt. It'll be down right about the 39-yard line of the opposite end. But the defense already proved they can get a stop. They build off that momentum, come out, get another stop.
Go get another one.
And hopefully the offense can get something cooking there. Coming up at halftime in our Tonight in High School Football halftime report with Skip Mossick. We'll hear from the director of officiating here in the state of Ohio. Kind of an interesting conversation with him regarding how do they go about assigning these games and the difficulties, and of course, how tough it is to get officials, not just in football, but baseball, volleyball, and all sports across the board here. But an interesting conversation coming up at halftime in our Tonight in High School Football halftime show. 1st and 10 for Gavin Connor and the Alternate offense. He lines up under center ball at their own 39, and a handoff, no surprise there, Keith, and that's to Willits, who's had a pretty solid game thus far.
Yeah, he has. I mean, he's been running strong and hard and physical, You know, everything you want if you're an offensive guy, and the opposite if you're a defensive guy.
So a 2-yard pickup there by Willits, and now it'll be 2nd and 8 coming up. 11:27 to go here in the first half. Ball at the 41 of the Knights.
You know, we're sitting on top of the press box, but I had my binoculars. I'm looking down. These are some big fellas. These are some big high schoolers. They've been in the weight room. Both offensive line and defensive line.
Kevin Connor drops back to pass, and he threw. There was nobody there.
He got away with that one. He threw that one to the gang of red jerseys. And unfortunately, none of them came up with it.
His intended target was sophomore tight end Joe Dorley. But there's trusting your wide receiver, and then there's blind faith, and that was blind faith because he threw that without even knowing who was around him. But you're right, there was 3 Trotwood defenders hovering around the tight end, and nothing cooking there. So another 3rd and long. See if Trotwood could again get to the quarterback. We've also seen Ultra go away from what was working. I mean, they haven't been in the wishbone really since early in that first quarter.
Trotwood never really stopped it.
And they haven't really gone back to that. 3rd and 8 at the 41, 11:05 to go here in the first half. Gavin Connor sends a man in motion.
Big play right here. Can they get off the field?
Steps
get off the field.
Into his throw and connects, and that's going to be enough for the first down. That's number 1, Carter Sheets, who came down with it.
That was a long completion after that, so he showed some arm strength and to make that throw. You don't see too many high school players make that throw. See C.J. Stroud make it. But that was a big-time throw right there.
It was 3rd and 8. They needed 8 for the first, and he gave them 11. And now that's good enough to give them the first, so the chains move. But not terrible defense here by the Rams, of course. That was just really good offense. A really good route, too, by Carter Sheets. That's the first time we've called his name tonight, but he's 6'4", wide receiver,
guy,
good size.
Complete some 3rd and longs.
It's interesting that you see the pass game is now becoming a big part of the Ultra attack right now, Keith. As I say that, a big handoff up the middle, and that's number 38, Vinny Purcell, the sophomore running back who burst for 12 yards, as I just talked about the impressive passing game of the Ultra.
They're balancing the offense. It's not all pass. It's not all run. And they're making Trotwood play balanced defense. You can't load up to stop the run, but you can't fall back to stop the pass. You know, they got a good mixture going here.
If you're Trotwood, you can't hang your head. You got to continue to find a way to get a stop.
Enough. You know, they're playing on their heels instead of on their toes.
So now 1st and 10 at the 38, 10 minutes remaining here in the first half. Gavin Connor waits the snap, gets the snap, quick handoff again, back to the back, and that's going to be number 38, Vinny Purcell, who had the 12-yard burst on the previous play, and not much cooking there, 2, maybe 3 on the pickup. And here now that they've kind of gotten into Ram territory, now you're starting to see the run game kind of take over. You're right. This is kind of the different, we talk about Ultra and Fairmont when they play every year. We talk about how they're 2 of the most dominant run teams in the Miami Valley, but starting to see Ultra, who has a little bit of a balance of both the run and the pass right now. Again, Gavin Connor awaits the snap here on the 2nd and 9, only a 1-yard pickup. Purcell in the pickup last time. Another pass to the outside, and that's Sheets again getting involved. Carter Sheets on the receiving end, about 2 yards short of the first.
Yep, just a little bit short. A little more than 2 yards. It's about 5. I misread the line of scrimmage. Can they get off the field if you're Trotwood? You know, this is a long field goal attempt if they don't get another yard, so they have to take a stand right now.
Yeah, on the last 3rd down situation for the Knights, they needed 8, and they got an 11-yard completion, of course, between Gavin Connor and Carter Sheets. Now it's 3rd and 6 at the Trotwood 34. Gavin Connor gets the snap, rolls out to his left. You're right.
Got a guy. Intercept.
Oh, that was nearly intercepted by number 30 for the Trotwood Rams and Adam Williams.
Gosh.
Adam Williams nearly coming away with that one.
That could have almost been a pick 6.
And his intended target was once again Carter Sheets, but what a defensive stop here for the Rams.
And
I think they're going for it. They are going for it. It's that weird field marker for them. Of course, you don't have a good enough kicker to kick from back here, but at the same time, you ain't punting.
Decision there. They just got the play already locked and loaded in the barrel. Let's go.
4th and 6. Gavin Connor awaits the snap at the Trotwood 34. Sends a man in motion. Gavin Connor gets the snap, drops back, quickly steps into his throw, connects to Sheets for the first down. Same play they picked up the first on the 3rd and 8 a few plays ago.
I tell you, Carter Sheets is a big target, 6'4", 155. You know, you just throw it up high and let him, get the yardage and get it. It's hard to stop that.
Really is. And Gavin Sheets, who we didn't really call it much of in the earlier, Carter Sheets, I'm sorry. But Carter Sheets, I mean, on the season.
I mean, that's more of a physics deal. You're talking 5'11" going against 6'4". And 5'11" is doing his job, 6'4" is doing his job, and it's hard to defend.
Purcell on the handoff. He gets about 2-3 on the carry. Sheets in week 1 against Fairmont, 6 catches for 71 yards and a touchdown. Week 2, he had 3 catches for 30 yards, and he did not play against Meadowdale. So back out on the field here today and already making his presence be felt. But we didn't really call his name at all early in that first quarter. But, man, making a very impressive stamp on the game here in the second quarter.
How about that? I mean, man, and the clock is ticking. It's almost, 3.5 minutes already gone in the second quarter. Yeah, but that's what happens when you're able to run the ball and throw it effectively and keep the chains moving.
Gavin Connor sends a man in motion. That's Ethan Willits.
There we have legal motion.
It was Willits that they sent. And
they called on Trotwood. Trotwood offsides.
Offsides is the Rams.
So offsides against the Rams, as you just heard.
An early start. I thought the receiver turned up a little too quick.
See, you could hear the fans down there. They're saying kind of similar to what you were saying. They thought they saw an illegal man in motion as well because 2 guys were moving.
Right. I think the penalty situation now is 3-0. 3 Trotwood, 0 for Alter.
And they're those kind of penalties that didn't have to be penalties, not so much on the Rams side, but the officials choosing to call. But you're right, they haven't called anything against Alter here tonight. 8:22 to go here in the first half. 7-0 lead for the Knights. It's 3rd and 2 at the 19. He's swallowed up.
Close. It's going to be that left foot, right foot. The forward foot is the first down, and rear foot, it's short.
Give the Knights credit. They've been very good on 3rd down, and they've been really good on 4th down. I mean, technically, this is only their 2nd, 4th down in Ram territory tonight, but they converted on that last one on that nice pickup by Sheets.
I mean, Trotwood's got to bring some pressure here.
It's going to be 4th and 1, ball at the 18, so a big opportunity here for the Rams if they could find a way. You don't want to give up another score before the half, but right now they're just worried about getting this stop right here. Force a turnover on downs. It's 3rd and 1 coming up. Ball at the 18. Gavin Connor gets the snap. Quick handoff, and what a defensive approach. That's number 46, Keith, the big man. He came in hot.
He's playing a good football game tonight. He really is. That was 40. Keon Hobart, number 40.
And your eyes are better than mine, man. I tell you, I think I've butchered a few of these numbers here, but I guess we are looking through a fence line right here, too. So
I may stand up the second half.
So now the kicking team comes out. It's number 85.
This is going to be a 38-yard attempt.
So Dane Coker.
That was movement on the kicker.
The snap, the hold, and the kick is good.
Hey, that's illegal motion on the kicker.
That's what the fans below.
He jerked.
It's amazing how all the fans and you and everyone could see that, but the 3 guys down there just, and they're all getting together. Maybe he didn't.
Hey, ref, you're missing a great game.
So the Rams give up points, but I think they're okay with the 3 they gave up versus another punch in the end zone. And it's a 10-0 lead for the Alter Knights, and started to see a little confidence building in the offense of the Trotwood Rams. We'll see what they're able to do there. The Trotwood Rams trail 10-0, 6:56 remaining here in the first half. We'll keep it here. Not a lot of games going on around the Miami Valley, but if you'd like to check the scores going on right now here on this Thursday night, head to wingam.com. Click on the high school football scoreboard at the top, and you'll be able to get up-to-the-minute updates on all the scores. And, Keith, what time does that NFL game kick off? Is that at 8 o'clock?
8:15 by extra kickoff.
Football is back. Football is back. In fact, right now, I'm going to go to wingam.com right now, which you can do. That's where you could stream all our shows. The Justin Kidder Show with Kev Nash, of course, weekdays from 3 to 6. The Keith Byers Show moving back to Mondays. In fact, Keith will be live at Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken coming up on Monday at noon. Sorry, Chuck. Yeah. Monday at noon at the Lee's Famous Recipe on Far Hills. So head on out if you have a chance to meet Keith.
Wrapping up the NFL Monday, Sunday's game. Buckeyes against Arkansas State. I have a lot to say about that. Of course, the Bengals and the Steelers game. And, of course, the Eagles against the Detroit Lions. Oh, and the Browns and the Panthers. How about that? Baker Mayfield. Not come back to Ohio, but he's going to play his Browns.
Thank goodness. I don't want to see him plant the flag in Cleveland like he did at the shoe in Columbus back in the day, right?
We won't forgive you for that, Baker.
All right,
the
the
returnable
kick.
kick if he's going to bring it. The ball's on the 7-yard line. Here we go.
And that's going to be, of course, the star receiver, Armani Rogers, I believe, who not a bad
Positive
return. Going to get to about the 32, 33-yard line, and that's where the offense, Timothy Carpenter Company, will take over and come out. Not a bad return. Could have been worse, but
Well, they got good
nonetheless.
field position. That's important.
A couple of games going on around the Miami Valley here. We'll keep you updated on some of those scores as soon as I come across this and this loads real quick. But nonetheless, a lot of soccer going on. Keep in mind, folks, it's not just football that you can get the score updates on the high school scoreboard. You can also get soccer and volleyball and all the other fall sports as well. All right, now, 1st and 10. Ball at the 33-yard line for the Trotwood Rams. Timothy Carpenter lines up under center, gets the snap. Going to be the handoff. Switches hands, and he's going to be tripped up. And that's number 30 and Adam Williams. A yard, maybe 2.
Fans are funny. Get him the ball quicker. How much quicker can he hand the ball off to him?
Was get him the ball. Now it's get him the ball quicker. But he did pick up 2 on the diving attempt there. Ball at the 35. Now 6:20 to go. The Rams trail 10-0. Timothy Carpenter again going to line up under center. They have the ball at the 35-yard line. 2nd and 8. This time they're going to go right back to Williams. Williams squares his shoulders, breaks a few tackles, still on his feet, picks up the first.
Yeah.
Nice play. Adam Williams, he's a freshman, Keith, 5'10", 185 pounds. You know, I know it's frustrating right now not winning at the pace that Jeff Graham is used to, but, man, he has some young kids that are
imagine what he was doing last year at the Pee Wee team. Now he's on the varsity. That's a big jump. Forget freshman, forget JV, straight to varsity.
Williams gets the ball in the 1st and 10 at the 45. Yep. Gets to the 50, and then he's –
oh, they got another flag on the play.
Yeah, but I didn't see any red where they threw that flag, so I'll be very curious to see who they're going to call this against. But I'm sure it'll be against Trotwood.
It looks like it probably is going to call holding.
We wait the ruling here. Most likely holding. We'll see.
Justin Alter lined up offside. I didn't see that.
There's been no penalties against Alter tonight, but the Rams, out of instinct, start walking backwards. I mean,
holding.
So it was 1st and 10 from the 45. A nice pickup by Williams, but it will be called back. It would have been about a 5. Yeah.
The change. 1st and 20s are killing you.
Jeff Graham or some of the coaches not happy down on the sideline. So it was a penalty against Trotwood. They'll repeat 1st down, but it will be 1st and 20 this time from the 35. 1st and 20 from the 35. 5:28 here in the first half remaining. The Rams trail 10-0. Timothy Carpenter lines up under center. Handoff back to Williams. Williams gets scooped up and taken down for a loss of 1, maybe 2. Nothing cooking there. And that wasn't Williams on the carry, Keith. That was Malachi Johnson, a junior running back, 5'7", 170.
Defensive lineman could have handed him the ball. You know, he was in there so quickly.
So 2nd and 22 coming up here. If you're standing, I'm standing.
I can see a lot.
Actually, I do like this view. I ain't gonna lie. I don't mind the view.
Better on my back.
And right now, the Rams fan base looking for something to give them to cheer about. This is 2nd and long right here. We'd love to pick up at least 10 on this play, Keith, to get back to that right in the scrimmage. Timothy Carpenter steps up. A little screen pass. He connects, and that's going to be Malachi Johnson. Malachi Johnson picks up the 1st down, and he hits out of bounds. At about the 40-yard line.
You can't teach speed. That's what he's looking at.
Man, I like
if you get him to that ball a little quicker, you know, he could get his shoulder square.
That play about got blown up.
He ran out of real estate.
That play about got blown up in the backfield there, and then Carpenter got rid of it at possibly the last possible second that he could.
Right.
And then the speedy back of Malachi Johnson, he sprinted
called
up
by
that
Jeff
sideline.
Graham and his offense coordinator. Look at that.
Now it's got a
little spark, a little pep in him.
So I like the power run game by Adam Williams, a bulkier back, the freshman, 5'10", 185. But Malachi Johnson has that burst of speed that we've seen now in back-to-back plays. 1st and 8, or 2nd and 8, or 1st and.
Well, Adam Williams is on his way back
5.
in the game. They're mixing it up. They got them both in the game now. Well, Adam's coming back out. He was like, "No, not me. Yes, you. No. Wait a minute."
Oh, no, they better get back out there.
Don't get
They
12
better
people on
hurry.
the field.
They have 15 seconds on the
Yeah.
play clock. They're okay, but Williams.
I don't want to come out.
Yeah, Malachi Johnson comes out. So to reset here, 3:53 remaining in the first half, 10-0 lead for the Knights. It's 2nd and 5 for Timothy Carpenter and the Ram offense at the 39. Carpenter hands it off.
Come wide,
Williams,
come wide with it. Come wide
get that
with
ball in that outside hand.
Get that ball in the outside arm, this young man.
I was trying to beat you to the punch, but my
Yes.
goodness. Hey, left hand, right hand,
Yeah,
it was a first down.
You get the ball in the outside arm, you got a chance to stiff arm somebody. You don't have to reach across your body to stiff arm.
Beautiful night here at Trotwood Madison High School, and the Rams offense right now for the first time picking up some momentum. The drive started at the 35. They're on 35.
First time they're in Alter territory also.
Yep. Timothy Carpenter under center, lines up now, getting the
Same
handoff.
play, why change? Oh, cut back.
And he gets in. He stays in bounds, and he's going to cut in for the touchdown. That's number 1 in Michael Smith. We've called the names of Malachi Johnson, the speedy junior running back. We've called the name of Adam Williams, the powerhouse freshman running back. And now Michael Smith, Keith, getting involved in the action as well.
All the way in.
What a drive here for the Trotwood Rams. That's what we've been anticipating. And again, it wasn't just the pass game. It was a combination really of it all.
The passing game got it started with that screen that he went through. And then the running game said, we'll take it from here. They ran in about the last 45 yards.
Well, let me ask you, a screen pass. I guess it was, ahead of the line of scrimmage, but, nonetheless. But as a running back, I'm just always curious, let the running back have those yards, right? But I'm sure the quarterback wants them to.
Yeah, exactly. Ball complete right almost at the line of
Do you like them going for 2 here?
Maybe they have some kicker issues.
3rd and again, Timothy Carpenter,
got him in wide open.
2-point conversion. He gets the throw. It's deflected.
Go get it.
Almost intercepted, but 2-point conversion, no good.
Get to him
All right. Regardless of how that 2-point conversion went, the Rams are on the board. It's 10-6. The Alter Knights lead it by 4. 3:26 remaining in the first half. The Rams will kick off. How will the Alter Knights respond? More of our ESPN Dayton High School football game of the week when we come back.
It's time for frickin' football. Frickers has a way to make this the winning season. Try a frickin' chicken taco, grilled chicken taco, or Mississippi barbecue taco for a limited time. Enjoy a 48-ounce personal pitcher of domestic draft beer.
I like this kind of party. I like this kind of party, baby.
All the games of college and the NFL at the place that leads the way with inflation-busting prices, everyday values, and where kids eat free. The home for fun, food, sports, and spirits. Frickers.
All right, Keith, that's exactly what the doctor ordered for the Trotwood Rams. The crowd's into it. The band is doing their thing, of course, and it's a much different atmosphere here at Trotwood Madison High School. The Rams finally score. It's 10-6. Alter with the lead. But momentum right now on the side of the Rams, who, again, a couple nice defensive stops, holding Alter to a field goal, and then, of course, that very impressive 70-yard drive that they just did right there, a 65-yard touchdown drive, I like what we're seeing from the Rams now.
There's 3.5 minutes, 3 minutes and 26 seconds to go in the half. If you're Trotwood, you have got to stop them. Don't let them get a first down. Give your offense a chance with some time remaining on the clock. And if you're Alter, hey, momentum just wants to get on the side of anybody's sideline. Right now, some Trotwood sideline, 10-6 ball game. You're Alter. Let's snatch the momentum away. They get the ball to start the second half, so they want to finish the first half off with something positive. Not necessarily points, which they would love to have points, but at least a couple of first downs, to end the half.
It's all about they have that momentum. It's all about keeping that momentum and taking that momentum into the locker room, of course. And this kickoff takes a weird bounce. It'll be fielded at the 19. And
wow, big hit on the kickoff.
Popped at the 30. Right now, we're just seeing Trotwood just play with a different energy. They're flying to the ball. They're hitting hard.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Jeff, if his normal kicker is out, because they didn't go for the extra point with the kick. They went for 2. I may have to call Jeff and say, hey, man, why don't you go to the soccer team and say, hey, what are you guys doing on Friday night? If you don't have a game, can you come kick some extra points and some field goals for a football team? You get 2 letters, one for soccer, one for football.
All right, now, so how will the Alter Knights respond, Keith? Again, Gavin Connor, who's had a heck of a game, and all of a sudden we've seen, Carter Sheets emerge as a star in this game as well. So let's see how
they're going back to that shotgun. a four-house offense.
Yeah, we've seen that.
Offense.
Look at the pop right there in the backfield, the defensive line.
The keys. Well, I said they need to get off the field, get a 3 and out.
They've been very good on first down. especially in the second quarter. They've been very good on first down, and we've seen them hold Alter to get Alter to quite a few third downs here. They've just give Alter credit though; they've been very good on third down tonight. So now it's going to bring up 2nd and 10, ball to 30 for the Alter Knights.
They got trips into the boundary. I'm looking over here to the wide side of the field. They're bringing the other receiver over here now. He's going to look left. Go right back short.
That's who he loves. He loves Carter Sheets. That's his intended target.
Not this time.
And again, they sent a man in motion again to kind of distract the defense, but we already knew where that ball was going.
To the quick, short way. Big third down.
So another third down, but keep in mind.
The Alter hasn't seen too many third and longs this game.
No, it's been 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, and now a 3rd and 10 coming up. Very good defensive possession here for the Trotwood Rams. We'll see if they can force
now. Do you
Alter
bring
to 3
some pressure? They had 4 wide receivers. I think I'm going to have to bring a 5th defender and trust my coverage.
Gavin Connor at the 30, 3rd and 10, 2:40 remaining. They lead it 10-6. Connor steps into the pocket, releases. It's dropped. No flags are thrown. That's exactly what the Trotwood Rams needed there, Keith. What a play.
Yeah, Sammy Miller almost brought that one in.
Trotwood's going to get that pick. They've been very close on a few occasions. I feel like it's going to come at a big moment of the game, too, by the way. And back-to-back weeks, of low-scoring games, I kind of like it.
Yeah. We had 10-9 last week, and we're 10-6 right now. What kind of punt return can Trotwood get out of there? Always one time you see a big punt return, if Trotwood gets one here, the first thing you look for is penalty flags.
So now the punt from the 30.
Ball's kicked high. Oh, it's returnable.
Fair catch,
It's returnable. Oh.
Yeah, that was on the fair catch. That was that was number 15 in Armani Rogers. All right, we'll take a quick time out ourselves. It's going to be Trotwood football when we come back. They trail 10-6, 2:27 remaining in the first half.
Looking for dippable chicken that's done right? Just stop by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken for the 10-piece strips meal at a great price. You'll get 10 premium chicken tenderloins that are freshly marinated, honey-dipped, hand-breaded, and cooked to crispy perfection, along with 2 of our large sides, 5 fluffy biscuits, and 3 of your favorite dipping sauces. These are the best strips. No bones about it. Make your family and your wallet happy with a 10-piece strips meal, only at Lee's. Famous for chicken.
Justin Kenner, Keith Byers with you here on Dayton's ESPN radio station, 1410 AM. That was the first 3 and out that we've seen the Trotwood Ram defense force on Alter tonight, and it could not have come at a better time, especially after the Rams put their first scoring drive together. It's now going to be 2nd and 7 or 2nd and 6 now for the Rams as they look to put some more points up before the closeout of the half under 2 minutes. Timothy Carpenter keeps his eyes down the field. Keeps it, gets to the 30, still on his feet, and he's popped out of bounds.
Too. Stops the clock.
It's enough for the first and then some.
It stops on the first down, but when you get out of bounds, it stops completely.
Keith, all of a sudden, it's a much different looking offense. Not so indecisive. They're getting big chunk plays. They're doing it in the air. They're doing it on the ground. They're doing it, on the ground, the run game through the quarterback as well. Very balanced.
Confidence right now.
Empty
backfield.
Yep. 1st and 10 from the 38. The clock is stopped because Carpenter ran out of bounds, and smartly so. 1:52 to go here in the first.
Because pressure.
Carpenter keeps his eyes on the field, avoiding pressure, and he's just going to run out of bounds. Smart play.
He may have got back to the line of scrimmage or eked a half a yard out. See, when they go that empty backfield, Alter's automatically bringing an extra blitzer because they have no one to block him.
You looking for a screen pass here?
No, not right now. Possibly, but I wouldn't see it. I would just, they got the ball, on the wide into the boundary. I would look to throw some kind of hitch to the wide side of the field. Trotwood still has 2 timeouts? Still have 2 timeouts, so you got time is not of essence right now.
Malachi Johnson in the backfield with Timothy Carpenter. 2nd and 9 at the 39, 1:46 to go. Timothy Carpenter gets the snap. This time has time to throw. Pocket breaks down, avoids the tackle. Flag is thrown. I believe they're going to call holding. What would normally be a 2-yard pickup, I believe, is going to come back. And again, unfortunate development there for Trotwood.
I think the referees, they get to a point when they see protection. At some point, they got to call hold. That was not hold. I saw when he threw it. The get was not getting held.
Attention, there's a silver Toyota Tacoma truck in the parking lot.
I love the announcements of people leaving their lights on. I don't know why I was getting a kick out of that, but nonetheless. So the 2nd and 9 that would have been a 3rd and 7 is now called back due to the holding penalty. They'd given Timothy Carpenter enough time to throw, and then right as I had said that, the pocket collapsed. Pressure kind of got to him.
Well, coverage.
Yeah.
I mean, they gave him time. It was the coverage was there. Now you don't want to turn the ball over.
1:34 remaining here in the first half. A 10-6 Knights lead it over the Rams, and it's 2nd and long, 2nd and 24 from the 24.
Now you may want to see some type of bubble screen or a slow screen right now.
We saw Malachi Johnson pick up a big play like this the last possession that they scored on. So now Timothy Carpenter wastes the snap, 2nd and 24 from their own 24. 1:34 to go. They trail 10-6. He gets the snap, keeps his eyes down the field. He heaves it.
It's underthrown.
And he has to come back for it. Nearly comes down with it. He's lucky it wasn't intercepted. Was it intercepted, Keith?
They called it interception.
So they're trying to say, I thought that ball hit the ground, Keith. And no, I'm sorry for the pause on us, but I'm looking down. There seems to be a lot of confusion.
The referee's talking to him about it, too. I think it
from my angle up here, that ball hit the ground. But give the cornerback credit. I believe that's number 28 for the Alter
Get
Knights.
it right, referees. Get it right. If another guy had a better angle, make the call.
Nolan Ogburn.
Where's the white hat? The referee ought to be in there. He just last one to the party.
And, you know, it is okay to make a call against Alter, by the way. I don't know if that's okay to be said or not, but I'm just wanting to throw that out there. It is okay as far as that's concerned.
They're calling incomplete.
Yeah, all right, good call.
Yeah,
good call. I've been on. My eyes have been off tonight, but I saw that ball hit.
Yeah.
But I give Ogburn credit. He sold me and a lot of people.
That's what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Hey, I ain't mad at it.
But
I'm
good
like,
for him.
That's not normal.
His parents, though, he must be a good liar at home because he had.
I've been home since 10 o'clock, Mom, Dad.
Nonetheless. So it will be.
3rd and forever.
Yes. It was underthrown. There does have an arm. I mean, that was still a far underthrown ball, too, if you really think about it. But nonetheless, I couldn't see who his intended target was. But either way, he did have time to throw. Give the offensive line credit. Gave the receivers time to run their routes. But he did throw into a 2-on-1 as far as that goes. 3rd and 24, once again, coming up from the 24th. Minute 25 remaining in the first half. Carpenter in the same formation as last time again. Waits the snap. Gets the snap. Steps up.
Threw that one on rhythm. Can he make the catch?
Oh, man, his intended target
and
there was Quentin
the
Johnson.
Clock. That was the only thing about that play. You want to get something going. Now you give Alter a chance to, you know, if I'm there, I wouldn't mind putting some pressure on the punter. You're going to get decent field position. They got a pretty good kicker. He kicked a 38-yarder already. You try to finish this half. Your defense got to go out there and stop him one more time.
So hopefully the fact that they couldn't convert on this drive here, it doesn't kill the momentum. The defense needs to come out and make sure that they finish what they started.
Trotwood hop.
Yep. And a good roll, and that'll be down at about the 24-yard line, and that's where the alternate offense will come out and take over. We'll step away for 30 seconds. We'll have the final 109 for you when we come back.
If you need new roofing, siding, or gutters, skylights, or patio enclosures, if you're a homeowner or business and need someone you can trust, don't take a chance. Enhance with Lance. Lance Roofing and Siding in Fairborn has been satisfying customers since 1993 and hold an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Lance Roofing and Siding, 8460 Dayton Springfield Road in Fairborn. Call for a free estimate at 864-2722. That's 864-2722 or online at lanceroofing.com.
First and 10 at the 25 for the alternate offense with 109 remaining in the first half. Keith, and they lead it 10-6. Now we'll see Gavin Connor drop back and they'll connect. There's Sheets again, yep. Sheets will get to about the 33-yard line, and he'll be
got out of bounds. That's important.
And they do have a kicker, by the way. So right now, although they're looking to cover about, 75 yards for the touchdown, they only really need to get about another 40 yards to be in field goal range.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Alter has all their timeouts. So
looks like 3 timeouts for Alter and 2 remaining for the Rams. So now, that wasn't enough for the first, Keith. I thought he was short of the first, but nonetheless, it was enough. Sheets, again, has been coming up big here in the second quarter. Gavin Connor sending a man in motion, awaits the snap.
Was that a pre-snap penalty?
Could this be a penalty against Alter? Oh, that doesn't count though, because that, the officials, you have to call that one. Yeah. So nonetheless, that'll come. Alter will go back on that one, and again, that's a big penalty for them.
4-1.
Mm-hmm.
4 penalties to 1.
1:04 remaining here in the half. Alter trying desperately to get back in field goal range and put up another 3 as they lead it 10-6. Gavin Connor awaits the snap. One back in the backfield along with him. He gets the snap. He drops back from his own 30. Steps up. He's going to
get room to run.
Tuck it and run. He bounces out to the outside. And he's going to get down to Alter territory. He's spun out of bounds.
That's a horrible call. That is a horrible call. He's going to call unnecessary roughness. The Trotwood defender had him inbounds and slung him out of bounds, and he called that unnecessary roughness.
I mean, usually when you call home cooking, you get that on your home field. The team that don't even have a home field getting home cooking on Trotwood.
Yeah, exactly. Wow.
Nonetheless,
that's a horrible call, referee.
Not a good call at all. In fact, I mean, I couldn't see the defender from here, but nonetheless, and good for Gavin Connor again, who was able to burst to the outside, pick up the first, and then he was spun. And when the contact was made, he was in bounds. He was spun out of bounds, and they said, look at that. Look at us.
Hold on. Personal foul.
So.
But it's still.
So it's a personal foul, but they
go back to the original. They take the 10 away. I mean, 10 yards, and then they give them to 15. So they're going to back it up 10 and then move it up for 15.
So it's like the cha-cha slide. Is that what you're saying? Take it back now. So this is a big play right here. But nonetheless, if you're just joining us.
Look at it. They walk backward to walk forward.
It's the cha-cha slide right here.
See, we took them back. Now watch us go forward.
20 yards this time.
+5.
20 yards this time. Slide to the left.
Yep.
All right. Nonetheless, if you're just joining us.
5-2.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's 10-6.
Come on, refs, you're missing a great game.
It's 10-6. The Alter Knights lead it. Under a minute to go here in the first half. And it's going to be 1st and 18 for Gavin Connor and the Alter Knights. And Gavin Connor's had himself a great game tonight for the Knights, as has Sheets.
Screen. Oh, no screen. There it is.
There, they have enough.
Good big block right there.
That was a nice block. And he gets to the 40. And a nice play by the Alter Knights.
55. We got to give him credit. Mom, dad, and cousins are home listening.
Jacob Schaefer. On the receiving end of that screen pass.
That was Jackson Wright in the offensive lineman.
Oh, yeah.
Made
Jacob,
a big block in the middle of the field. That was a huge block.
So Jacob Schaefer caught the screen pass, but that block, you could probably hear
it. Grit block, young man.
So nonetheless, a timeout out on the field. We'll go ahead and keep it here. The NFL season should be kicked off officially right now, correct?
8:20 is the balls in the air.
8:20.
8:20 balls in. They're doing all that pomp. Hey, we're the defending champs. Hey, let's unveil our flag. Oh, look, we get another flag. We get a flag here.
Again,
that's why I got the Buffalo Bills winning tonight. The Rams are the Super Bowl hangover.
So
it's over.
Coming up on Saturday, Keith Byers and myself will be live at Submarine House in Kettering, 9:30 East Dorothy Road. Again, if you want to East Dorothy Lane, if you want to come on out, watch the game. I would say it's the spot to watch the Buckeyes all season long. But Keith and I will be going live starting at 10:30 a.m. We go live throughout the pregame show, give away a lot of cool prizes. We hang out with the Buckeye fans. Kevin Nash and I, we did the first one for the Notre Dame game. Unbelievable atmosphere there. Kudos to the Submarine House folks. They always do a great job hosting, and we had fun. Even in the rain, we had the tent up. It was great. But we're looking forward to beautiful weather on Saturday.
It doesn't rain on the football field. It only rains outside.
Yes, exactly. All right, we come back out of the action. It's 2nd and 4.
35 seconds ago in the half.
It was a nice 14-yard pickup by Schaefer and the Knights. And now Gavin Connor going to roll out to his right, keeps his eyes down the field.
Throw back.
Opposite end.
Did he bring that down?
No, and incomplete. It was a nice rollout, though. And Michael Russ, again, the opposite end of the field. It was a nice rollout, nice step in and throw, and Just couldn't come down with it. Well
That's
covered
good
as well.
disguise. They had trips to the right. You think he was going to throw it to one or three receivers. He threw a throwback to the receiver on the left.
So 3rd and 4 coming up, and a big opportunity here for Trotwood. Again, maybe not so much to get the ball back and score. If you can, that's great. But I think right now they just really want to make sure that Alter does not come away with points heading into the locker room with the 10-6 lead.
No. They would Trotwood love to peak 6 right now, a strip sack and scoop and score. Alter's looking for a big play, get in the end zone.
So now it's deflected. Yep. It was deflected on the 3rd and 4 pass attempt by Gavin Connor. Corners, the hands have been very active for the DBs for Trotwood tonight. Like I said, I feel like a pick's coming, and it could come at a very big moment in this game.
Balls can go a lot of different directions. Now, if I'm Trotwood, it's 23 seconds on the clock. I'm going to give my returner a chance to bring it back. And if not, just take it in. Let's go to half 10-6.
So now it's 4th and 4 coming up.
Don't rough the punter. Don't jump off sides. All the little things that shouldn't be happening now in week 4. So I'm not looking for any of those things to happen.
The punt. They get the punt off.
Yeah, just make the catch. And he's going to return it.
Armani Rogers again. Spin move still on his feet. He has some burst. Still on his feet. He'll be taken down about the 35-yard line. And, Keith, that's where Trotwood will take over with about 11 seconds remaining. You don't want to get too cute with it here, but it is a tempting amount of time to maybe get one deep pass off. What do you do here?
I would like that. I'll take one shot. But, again, you got to be careful. He gets hit from the blind side, put that ball on the ground, and
so now it'll be 1st and 10 from the 35 for the Trotwood Rams. They trail 10-6. They have 11 seconds here, and they don't have a kicker, as we talked about. So it's one of those where it's not as if you're trying to improve your field position.
Back 20 yards.
It's the prevent of all prevent defenses coming up right here.
7 seconds on the play clock. Get the play call.
Timothy Carpenter gets the snap, drops back. He's flushed out, steps into the throw. And he completes.
Get out of bounds. Get out of bounds.
The receiver maybe was, I think he came down inbounds. That's the thing. We'll see. And they're saying.
Call timeout. Must use last timeout.
So that was Johnson again who came away with
the first down.
Oh, the first down, does that stop?
Charles was going to use it last time. The clock stops anyway, but 30 seconds to run off, so you might as well call it. And, hey, try to get some points.
So a timeout out on the field. We'll keep it here again. Coming up on our Tonight in High School Football halftime report from the director of OHSA officials, Skip Mossick. We'll sit down with him, and that'll be our halftime interview coming up around the corner. Not a lot of action around the Miami Valley tonight. Usually we bring you our game of the week on a Friday night, but tonight's special occasion, of course, the Rams and the Alter Knights going head-to-head, and I'm glad that this one has lived up to the hype. I know that the hype had kind of been watered down. The Rams, of course, had lost their first 3 games of the season, but 3 really tough opponents, as we talked about, losing to Winton Woods, one of the top teams in the state, then Fairmont, another top team in the state, and then, of course, Springfield, who was one of the favorites out of the Division I ranks, of course. So Trotwood, they've definitely had the work cut out for them to start this season, and you could tell they are a much different-looking team here tonight. They trailed 10-6. They've definitely had a very impressive first half here against the Alter Knights. It's 1st and 10 at the 46. 3 seconds remaining here in the first half. They trailed 10-6. Timothy Carpenter awaits the snap. He gets the snap, drops back. He's at the 39. He steps up and he heaves it. This one high in the air. And it's going to be picked off. Still on his feet. And the interception will be, guy who got the interception, will be taken down at the 28-yard line. And that is how the first half ends. Not a bad decision to go for it. Timothy Carpenter does have a heck of an arm. That was almost just a toss-up right there, nonetheless. It could have resulted in a much more terrible outcome, but nonetheless, they're able to get the stop. That'll do it. First half action in the books. The Alter Knights lead at 10-6 over the Trotwood Rams. We now send it back to the WNG studios. It's our Tonight in High School Football halftime report with Skip Mossick. He'll join you in 5 minutes.
Welcome to Allstate, where saving on your auto insurance is kind of like a joyride. You, your car, and an open road. Maybe your best friend, too. The music is chill, and so is the traffic. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Call me, Dave Mowdy, at 325-2474. That's 325-2474. Right across the street from Frisch's on East Main Street in Springfield. Based on coverage selected, savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
Welcome back to Ohio's newest game show, Beat the Stigma. Final question. Drug addiction is often the result of what? A, genetics, B, mental illness, C, traumatic experiences, or D, all of the above. Beth.
E, none of the above.
There's no E.
Ooh, changing my answer to because they don't know right from wrong.
That's a stigma, and that's what we're trying to beat. I'm sorry, you did not beat the stigma.
Ohio, challenge what you know about addiction at beatthestigma.org.
It's time for frickin' football. Frickers has a way to make this the winning season. Try a frickin' chicken taco, grilled chicken taco, or Mississippi barbecue taco for a limited time. Enjoy a 48-ounce personal pitcher of domestic draft beer.
I like this kind of party. I like this kind of party, baby.
All the games of college and the NFL at the place that leads the way with inflation-busting prices, everyday values, and where kids eat free. The home for fun, food, sports, and spirits. Frickers.
Well, Jason, I've got to tell you, you're pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic work ethic.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by how you carry yourself.
So, should we talk about the job?
What? The job? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have no way of recruiting or even meeting you. This interview didn't happen.
It may sound ridiculous, and that's because it kind of is. There's a huge pool of talent your company is missing out on. Meet the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Man, we really could have used him.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
When your roommate borrows your car every day, it might be a blind spot. Even having people over to jump around on your trampoline. Yep, it also might be a blind spot. Blind spots are all the surprising things that might need more coverage that you weren't aware of. Good thing Allstate agents can help you find those blind spots while watching out for your wallet.
Call me, Dave Mowdy, at 325-2474. That's 325-2474. Right across the street from Frisch's on East Main Street in Springfield. Based on coverage selected, savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
Dell's semi-annual sale has arrived, and now's your chance to get some of our best prices guaranteed. Save big on top tech, including XPS and Alienware computers powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. You'll also save on monitors, docks, mice, and more must-have accessories. Plus, free shipping on everything. Upgrade today by calling 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL to take advantage of great deals during our signature savings event.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
If you need new roofing, siding, or gutters, skylights, or patio enclosures, if you're a homeowner or business and need someone you can trust, don't take a chance. Enhance with Lance. Lance Roofing and Siding in Fairborn has been satisfying customers since 1993 and hold an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Lance Roofing and Siding, 8460 Dayton Springfield Road in Fairborn. Call for a free estimate at 864-2722. That's 864-2722. Or online at lanceroofing.com.
It's time for frickin' football. Frickers has a way to make this the winning season. Try a frickin' chicken taco, grilled chicken taco, or Mississippi barbecue taco for a limited time. Enjoy a 48-ounce personal pitcher of domestic draft beer.
I like this kind of party. I like this kind of party, baby.
All the games of college and the NFL at the place that leads the way with inflation-busting prices, everyday values, and where kids eat free. The home for fun, food, sports, and spirits. Frickers.
Whether you're working in an office or remote, Staples has your tech.
New AirPods so I can turn up the music and tune out distractions.
Staples has your tech.
A Wi-Fi extender for faster downloads? A portable keyboard so I can work from anywhere.
Staples has you covered with tech solutions and accessories, from the latest laptops to networking solutions. And now Apple AirPods Pro are just $199. You save $50. The latest tech solutions are at Staples, the working and learning store, in-store and online. Ends 9/10, limit 2 while supplies last.
Attention, do you suffer from severe fried chicken-related cravings? If so, Kentucky Fried Chicken's $6 two-piece drum and thigh combo may be right for you. The combo contains tasty chicken, creamy mashed potatoes, a flaky biscuit, and an ice-cold drink. Side effects may include more money in your wallet, happiness, and the urge to lick your fingers. Order KFC's two-piece drum and thigh combo in the KFC app for just $6. That's finger-licking good. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Tax extra.
From the Ohio News Network, this is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football. Named Best Sports Program in the country by the National Association of State Radio Networks. Tonight in High School Football is presented by Beck's Hybrids. Now here's your host, Skip Mossick.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tonight in High School Football's halftime report here on the Ohio News Network. Recruitment and retention of officials has always been a priority for the OHSAA, who has rolled out a new tool to do so. Tyler Brooks, Senior Manager of Officials, will tell us about that next on the Ohio News Network.
I'm Scott Demaro, president of the Ohio Education Association, and on behalf of the OEA's 120,000 members, we're proud to bring you tonight's game. OEA members teach in Ohio's public schools and universities. We drive your kids' buses and serve them lunch. We're school nurses, custodians, librarians, and more. And we coach your kids on the field. We believe in great public schools for every student, and we believe our team is always stronger when we stand together, just as we have for 175 years.
Every farmer has their reason for why they do what they do. For Becks, it's faith, family, and farming. Since 1937, the Beck family and family of employees have been committed to honoring God and helping farmers succeed. Farming is full of extremes, and we face the challenges with hard work and steadfast determination, delivering quality line of products backed by legendary customer service. We look forward to standing by your side, supporting you as you live out the life you were meant to live. Becks, when it comes to farming, we believe in something more.
This is Tonight in High School Football on the Ohio News Network. Once again, here's Skip Mossick.
We are presented by Beck's Hybrids. At Beck's, they are and will remain farmers at heart. And welcome back, everyone. Halftime of your game broadcast. We're joined this evening by Tyler Brooks, Senior Manager of Officiating and Sport Administration with the OHSAA. And Tyler, we've talked about this before. You know, the importance of recruiting new officials, really for all sports. The OHSAA rolled out an online and in-school education program. I guess tell everybody all about that.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Skip. It's a tremendous new program, and it's exciting and new all at once. It's really only been active and rolled out since about mid-July, but it's probably been about a year and a half in the making. Prior to this format, all of our courses were in-person courses, and in-person instruction is great when you can do it, but in 2022 you got to meet people where they're at, and so if you can get an undergraduate degree for from college, you can probably, get a basis of officials education electronically, just like you can an undergraduate degree. So we worked with a partner company called Reps, and they've developed an online curriculum for many of our sports. And what that allows us to do is several things. One, it allows us to have a baseline and consistent curriculum across the state. Prior to this model of new officials courses, a lot of it was individualized by the instructor. And when you have great instructors, like we had many of, that worked well. But it was tough from a quality control standpoint. So this allows for kind of a consistent curriculum, but maybe more importantly is kind of a year-round availability of all officiating courses across the state. So when the in-person classes were being held, a lot of them really just preceded their OHSAA season, and then you kind of hope that there was an instructor in your area that was holding it at that time. So what this new program allows us to do, both in the adult education courses as well as kind of in high school setting, is to make it available essentially year-round. So that flexibility, we hope, we'll see, will provide us a lot of new officials and kind of capturing them when they're interested, instead of kind of hoping that their interest times out with, preceding the OHSAA season and hoping there's an instructor in their area at that time.
Tyler, what sports do you see having the biggest need right now across Ohio?
Yeah, so when it comes to need, it really is sport and geographic dependent. Soccer is one that has historically been thin. It's a sport that has had kind of steady growth over the years, but never has the officiating community really reached the level of a lot of other team sports. So soccer's been one that it's always been thin and a challenge. But then it really can vary state by state. And then, baseball, softball are always difficult in the spring, especially with all of the wonderful Ohio spring weather that we're known to have. A lot of your schedule is rainouts and reschedules. And so it's just, you may have your schedule filled and then got to be really flexible. And then that can lead to games essentially getting doubled up on days. When they're spread out evenly, it works out well. But when you get a double rainout day, there's a few states that would be able to get the adequate officials needed for coverage on those days.
Tyler, you've been an official for years. We often hear people tell us the bad part of being an official. Tell us about the good part, though, and the benefits. You guys aren't doing this for the money.
Right. No, I've never met a rich high school official yet. But what you do find is a camaraderie and a community that you probably don't realize you're living amongst. Officials are most typically just high school players that played the sport that they like and want to see get to be preserved and continued. And once you get into the officiating community, and you'll find a extremely rewarding experience. Maybe it's a lifelong passion. Maybe it's a 5-year hobby. You won't really know till you give it a try, but you'll know all along the way you're helping provide opportunities for student athletes in Ohio.
And people can get all the information they need on the OHSAA website. Tyler Brooks, we appreciate you joining us at halftime tonight, okay?
Thank you, Skip.
And we'll be right back on the Ohio News Network.
Bex recognizes this week's player with heart, Austin Bodecker from Miami Trace High School, for his commitment and passion on the field and within the farming community.
I like hitting people. The contact's pretty fun.
Austin said he was a late bloomer. Didn't start football until 5th grade, but he took to it quickly.
When you get out on the field Friday nights, just the level of competition and the adrenaline and just soaking in the moment. Moment's really the best part about it.
When he's not on the field, he's participating in Future Farmers of America.
Pretty involved in FFA. I got a couple ag classes for FFA. FFA is great. It's fun.
Like many kids who hail from the heartland, his life revolves around agriculture.
Ag just means everything. You look around today, you can tie anything back to ag somehow or some way. Some way it's related to agriculture. It came from ag.
At Bex, we are and will remain farmers at heart.
This is ONN.
All right, thanks once again to Tyler Brooks, Senior Manager of Officiating and Sport Administration with the Ohio High School Athletic Association, for joining us tonight. Enjoy the second half of your ball game. I'm Skip Mossick on the Ohio News Network.
This has been the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football, presented by Beck's Hybrids from the Ohio News Network.
Dell's semi-annual sale has arrived, and now's your chance to get some of our best prices guaranteed. Save big on top tech, including XPS and Alienware computers powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. You'll also save on monitors, docks, mice, and more must-have accessories. Plus, free shipping on everything. Upgrade today by calling 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL to take advantage of great deals during our signature savings event.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
It's time for frickin' football. Frickers has a way to make this the winning season. Try a frickin' chicken taco, grilled chicken taco, or Mississippi barbecue taco for a limited time. Enjoy a 48-ounce personal pitcher of domestic draft beer.
I like this kind of party. I like this kind of party, baby.
All the games of college and the NFL at the place that leads the way with inflation-busting prices, everyday values, and where kids eat free. The home for fun, food, sports, and spirits. Frickers.
Wendy's new French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me. Did you just say Wendy's new French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to say it.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
If you need new roofing, siding, or gutters, skylights, or patio enclosures, if you're a homeowner or business and need someone you can trust, don't take a chance. Enhance with Lance. Lance Roofing and Siding in Fairborn has been satisfying customers since 1993 and hold an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Lance Roofing and Siding, 8460 Dayton Springfield Road in Fairborn. Call for a free estimate at 864-2722. That's 864-2722 or online at lanceroofing.com.
When your roommate borrows your car every day, it might be a blind spot. Even having people over to jump around on your trampoline. Yep, it also might be a blind spot. Blind spots are all the surprising things that might need more coverage that you weren't aware of. Good thing Allstate agents can help you find those blind spots while watching out for your wallet.
Call me, Dave Mowdy, at 325-2474. That's 325-2474. Right across the street from Frisch's on East Main Street in Springfield. Based on coverage selected, savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
Well, Jason, I've got to tell you, you're pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic work ethic.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by how you carry yourself.
So, should we talk about the job?
What? The job? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have no way of recruiting or even meeting you. This interview didn't happen.
It may sound ridiculous, and that's because it kind of is.
There's a huge pool of talent your company is missing out on. Meet the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Man, we really could have used him.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
Justin Kinner back with you here at halftime. It's our ESPN Dayton High School football game of the week. The Alternites, they lead it over the Trotwood Rams 10-6. And both teams back on the field right now warming up. And Keith Byers will be back on with us coming up here in just a moment. But not a high-scoring affair nonetheless. Keep in mind that the Alternites, they had not given up a point in 2 straight weeks. They'd given up 30-plus points against Fairmont in week 1 in the rivalry game. And then, of course, in back-to-back weeks, Meadowdale and, of course, Thurgood Marshall back-to-back weeks in 2 and 3, not giving up a point. And outside of the touchdown in the first half by the Trotwood Rams, of course, they weren't able to convert on the extra point. But they've only given up 1 touchdown in 3 weeks, or at least 2.5 weeks thus far. Still got to wait to see what's in store for the second half. But there's about 3 fresh minutes back up on the clock as both teams warming up. Keith Byers and I will be back with you coming up here in just a few moments. More of our ESPN Dayton High School football game of the week when we come back.
It's time for frickin' football. Frickers has a way to make this the winning season. Try a frickin' chicken taco, grilled chicken taco, or Mississippi barbecue taco for a limited time. Enjoy a 48-ounce personal pitcher of domestic draft beer.
I like this kind of party. I like this kind of party, baby.
All the games of college and the NFL at the place that leads the way with inflation-busting prices, everyday values, and where kids eat free. The home for fun, food, sports, and spirits. Frickers.
Welcome to Allstate, where saving on your auto insurance is kind of like a joyride. You, your car, and an open road. Maybe your best friend, too. The music is chill, and so is the traffic. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Call me, Dave Mowdy, at 325-2474. That's 325-2474. Right across the street from Frisch's on East Main Street in Springfield. Based on coverage selected, savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Ohio. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome to today's game. This is Paul Keels, and you know how much I love broadcasting the Buckeyes, but I also love high school sports. On behalf of the OHSAA, let's all do our part to set a good example and make this a fun and safe experience for the kids involved. I know this game means so much to the players, coaches, and fans, but high school sports are about much more than the wins and losses. They teach life lessons that will be with the players long after their playing days are over. Good luck to both teams, and remember to respect the game.
Well, Jason, I've got to tell you, you're pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic work ethic.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by how you carry yourself.
So, should we talk about the job?
What? The job? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have no way of recruiting or even meeting you. This interview didn't happen.
It may sound ridiculous, and that's because it kind of is. There's a huge pool of talent your company is missing out on. Meet the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Man, we really could have used him.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
Justin Kinner, Keith Byers back with you here. Second half action underway. It's our ESPN Dayton High School football game of the week. The Trotwood Rams trail 10-6 over the Alter Knights. And Keith, the Alter Knights will receive. Trotwood able to get that big first half stop, or the end of the first half stop, of course, to avoid giving up more points. They only trail by 4. They could be down a lot more, but their defense really improved in that second quarter.
Yeah, they really stepped it up and got off the field. Sometimes you need something positive to happen, and they started on defense by just simply making Alter punt the ball. Neither team has turned the ball over as yet, and not that I'm trying to put any jinx on them, but
there was an interception to close out the first half, but that was almost like a punt interception, right? Like that was just kind of
Hail Mary
heave down and see what happens. But
so we do have a turnover. I take that back.
But a true turnover, yeah. It'll be 1st and 10 for the alternate offense at their own 31, and that's where we'll see, of course.
Starting this game off, the half off the way they started the game off, with that wishbone offense.
Went back
to
misdirection. Ethan Willits.
Second man through.
Ethan Willits, 6'2", 181 pounds. So a gain of 6 for Willits on the first carry of the second half. They lead 10-6 now. And again, I thought with how easily Alter had moved the ball on Trotwood in that first quarter, I thought we were well on our way to seeing the Rams get blown out again here. We got to give their defense a lot of credit. Their offense started to pick it up late in that first half as well. Liked what we saw from Timothy Carpenter, of course, in the balance of the pass and the run. I think we're in for a treat here in the second half.
But Trotwood have been having success on first down on defense. Oh, boy, there's a hole there.
There's a hole, but a good open field tackle right there, because if he doesn't get that tackle, Keith, I think that he is off and running to the races again.
He might bump his head on the goalpost.
That was Vinny Purcell on the nice carry, but a very good tackle. I believe that was number 25 on the tackle, and Devin Sims. So nonetheless, that is enough for the first down, though. Good tackle, but it was enough for the first, of course, for Alter. 10:48 remaining here in the third quarter if you're just joining us. Buckeye legend, College Football Hall of Famer Keith Byers and myself, Justin Kinner, on the call tonight, usually on Friday nights, but one of the biggest games in the Miami Valley here this weekend, and tonight it's a TV game on top of that.
How about that? A little prime time.
Absolutely, and again, it's going to be Willits again. That quarterback again, and Gavin Connor, he really sold that keeper around the corner.
He's tearing it out, so you know it's coming.
He was sprinting so fast, he made me doubt that he actually handed it off, to be quite honest with you. But nonetheless, about a gain of 3. I'm sorry, it'll be 2nd and 7 coming up. 10 minutes now on the clock in the third quarter. So we've seen on first down, the Rams defense be pretty solid. Haven't been giving up big bursts on first down, but it's been downs 2 and 3 that they've been getting hit pretty hard on. So 2nd and 7, ball at the 47 for Gavin Connor and the alternate offense. Connor steps back, hand off, and that's a big hole, as you talked about.
You run him down.
He won't be touched, Keith. He's going to get to the 10, the 5, and a touchdown. And that is number 38, Vinny Purcell, with a 53-yard burst for the score, and that's the first score of the second half on the opening drive for the Alternites, a 16-6
he's had some
lead.
Big runs in Vinny Purcell in the first half, and they came back to him here in the second, and that was 88 out the gate, big old gaping hole, and just ran away from the Trotwood defenders in the secondary.
He made that look easy. Now, keep in mind, that was a very similar hole that we saw in the previous play, that we saw that nice wrap tackle, that open field tackle, of course, by Devin Sims, but there was nobody there. In fact, Purcell was not even touched, Keith, and that extra point is good. Not even touched.
Not even touched. I mean, one good block play followed by a better block play.
All right, so with that very quick strike by the Alternites, they made the adjustments they needed to at the half. And now we'll see what adjustments the Trotwood Rams make, at least on the offensive side, because they took a step back defensively. I talked about how well they played defensively, really holding Alter to only 1 touchdown after they moved the ball on them pretty easily in that first quarter. But we'll see what happens. They got better as the half went along in the first. We'll see what happens with them defensively. But I'm hoping Timothy Carpenter and the Rams come out and kind of put an end to this momentum for Alter to kind of get back into this. It's only an 11-point ball game, but at the same time, you don't want to have a 3 and out here and give the ball back to Alter with all the momentum.
Yes, exactly. We always talk about Mo. You listen to the show for any length of time. Momentum, I call him Mo. Mo just wants to ride. He doesn't care what sideline he's on. He just wants to go for a ride. And the first half, we saw him ride on both sidelines. And to start the second half, he's on the Alternites sideline.
NFL score update, by the way, Keith. I know in your Knockout League, you picked the Buffalo Bills to beat the Rams tonight. Well,
I did.
Josh Allen and company, they strike first. Real NFL football tonight.
All
It's
righty,
7-0
all right.
Buffalo Bills. I stayed away from that game, but I know, hindsight's,
It's a lot of football to play.
A lot of tough games to pick from this weekend. I still don't know who.
The whole month of September, you don't know who's going to be good. And I'm going to just go with my gut.
Bengals going to be 0-4 after the first 4 games.
Ooh.
Sorry, I'm just practicing. I'm trying to get
You
mid-season
ready
form myself.
mid-season form?
All right, now, the Knights, they score a 53-yard touchdown from Purcell in the opening drive.
Oh, Pooch punch. I don't know. That ball seems to be loose.
And this is a devastating blow for Trotwood coming out of the half, out of the locker room at the half.
The referee said Trotwood ball. It was a little scrum.
That could have been bad because they give up that 53-yard touchdown to Purcell for the Knights, who now lead at 17-6, and then they get the kickoff, nearly fumble it and turn it over there. And had the Alternites recovered that, Keith, that would have been their football at the 26-yard line, 27-yard line, which would have been brutal, yes. So, again, the Rams catch a break right there, if that's how you want to view it. But nonetheless, we'll see if they can put an end to this Alternate momentum. Timothy Carpenter and the Ram offense on the field for the first time. A very impressive opening half, second half drive for the Knights. Can the Rams do the same thing? I like the way Timothy Carpenter played with confidence to close out that first half. Let's see if he can pick up with it. 1st and 10 at the 27.
They line up in a power formation.
Yep.
They had success running the ball there in the first quarter. Can he get outside the corner? There it is. Oh, he stays outside. He still may be running.
And
He's
now,
running hard, though. He's running hard. Oh.
He picked up that pile, keep another
run.
6 yards. He gets taken down at the 40. That was a 13-yard carry by the big man. Very nice carry there by the running back for the Trotwood Rams, and that's going to be a 1st and 10 for the 27. And it's plays like that that quickly kill the momentum for the Knights. And those are the plays that quickly get you to forget the defensive woes on the opening drive.
I know we're 60 yards away from the end zone, but if Trotwood scores, are they going to go for 2 again?
They've yet to prove they have a kicking team. Again, they send a man in motion. Carpenter again on the handoff.
Oh,
Cuts
boy.
inside. Still to work with. Taken down at the 48-yard line.
He had a 2-way go there. I think if he cuts to the right, which is what he did, he is good enough for a very positive run. But if he'd cut to the left, I thought I saw a touchdown run.
I mean, I like the versatility that the Rams have as far as weapons. I mean, we talked about Adam Williams, the freshman running back in the first half. Malachi Johnson's made some big plays, but the big plays have been really coming from, near horse collar tackle potentially. And unfortunately,
that may have hurt his leg on that. He felt kind of funny.
He did, but I was about to highlight Michael Smith, Keith, who has made 2 ginormous plays to start this second half for the Rams. He got the carry there once again, and what I thought was a very interesting tackle nonetheless, but not a penalty.
It wasn't a penalty. It just looked kind of funny.
And to be fair, he is making his way off the field without any help. Doesn't seem to be putting too much pressure. I think it's just a chance for him to catch his breath a little bit.
Just scared him.
Yep. Adam Williams, the freshman running back, 5'10", 185-pounder.
Crucial 3rd down here.
3rd and 6, the momentum on the side of the Rams, at
you
least
don't
for
need
the
to
time
get
being.
alter the ball back right now. Take your time and call the play you want.
3rd and 6. They have the ball at the Alter 44-yard line. 7:54 to go. They trail 17-6. Timothy Carpenter lines up under center. Drops back. Faces a lot of pressure. He's hit. The ball is loose. A lot of yellow going for the ball. There is a flag, though, at the Trotwood M. Trotwood offense is not happy right now. They're making their way off the field. There is a flag, though.
It might be holding.
About everything that could go wrong went wrong on that play. But, man, it looked like Trotwood was well on their way to have an impressive scoring drive, and it comes to a halt quickly. They nearly turned the ball over at the 22. What?
It wasn't
sorry.
a fumble.
It wasn't a fumble?
It wasn't a fumble.
Okay. Well,
but what was the flag? Why did he pick the flag up for? What is the flag?
That's not a flag, Keith. That's the look at me signal, I guess. I have no idea. I didn't see it. It doesn't matter. I didn't see him step in for the pass attempt, but that's how quickly that pocket collapsed, and he had a wall of yellow around him. But nonetheless, Trotwood catches another break here, but a break just enough for them to put the punt team back out there and bury Alter further back.
Yes, that is a break. You'd rather have your punt team on the field than a defense, after a turnover.
So, in essence, you're still technically giving the ball to Alter, but hopefully you're giving the ball to Alter inside their 20 as opposed to having the ball at your 32. Timothy Carpenter just gets the punt off, and this punt is going to roll inside the 20, as I talked about.
10, I think.
It's going to keep on rolling. Let it keep going. It's going to get to about the 7-yard line, and that's a very nice punt. Not the best drive for Trotwood, but that's the best
At least
scenario.
First down out of it and move the chains somewhat.
Best case scenario considering the circumstances, if you will. All right, it'll be 1st and 10 from the 7 for the Altar Knights when we come back.
Hey, Buckeye fans, as the official wing sponsor of your Ohio State Buckeyes, Roosters is giving away 12 trips for 2 to this year's Buckeye Bowl game. Each trip comes complete with airfare, hotel, gift bag, and 2 tickets to the big game. One bowl prize winner will be chosen each week, along with other cool Roosters weekly prizes. So register every week at roosterswings.com. Roosters, a fun casual joint and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Official contest rules at roosterswings.com.
All right, Keith, we come back at you live in the middle of the action, and that was on a 1st and 10. Again, another big defensive play right there on a first down for the Trotwood Rams nonetheless. But 7:20 to go in the third quarter. We've already seen a 53-yard burst from Purcell, a touchdown burst at that, of course, to give the Knights a 17-6 lead. Now they have the ball inside their own 10. They have a lot of yards to cover here, but the Rams defense coming up big on that first down. Oh, that would help if your mic was on now. My fault,
My mic sound nice. Yeah, I'm back.
Well played.
When you're able to run the ball like Alta did that first series of the third quarter, why not come back and run it again? This time they did, and Trotwood was ready for it. But Trotwood has to first stop the run and then worry about the passes to Sheets, second.
Gavin Connor had nothing working there. And again, we haven't called Sheets' name in a while. Sheets made some huge plays for the Knights in that second quarter. 3rd and 10, 6:31 to go here in the third quarter.
Third down.
Money down for the defense.
Can they get off the field on third down? That's very important.
All right, now
I don't know if I'm Jeff Graham. I'm bringing a little pressure right now. I know it's 3rd and 10. Try to create a turnover.
And it seemed to rattle him last time. Gavin Connor lines up under center, waits the snap. 3rd and 10 from the 7. He rolls out to his right. Going to go right to Sheets, and he converts. Nice pass, nice catch. And Sheets again coming up with a big play on third down.
One-on-ones.
And you got to think, what's not working on downs 1 and 2 with Sheets that always seems to be working on 3rd and long. You know exactly where he's going to go, but a huge third down conversion right there, of course, for the Altar Knights. And I like the connection between Gavin Connor and Sheets. Those two have a nice little connection right there. Altar has a nice pairing in those two, that's for sure.
I mean, they're finding the one-on-one matchups. And as a quarterback, that's what you're supposed to do. Find that and, try to win. If you can't beat the one-on-ones, you take your chances.
Connor hands it off on first down again, and nothing working there for Purcell, and a huge stop. That's number 46. In fact, I had somebody, even someone from the Altar radio team came over and asked about 46 for Trotwood. They don't have a number 46 on the roster, but he has had a monster game. He has been involved in some of the biggest tackles up the middle. He just had another one right there. Apologize. We have the rosters that are given to us from the teams, but there is not a 46 on this roster, at least that is corresponding with the red uniforms, of course. But
misdirection player, got him again.
And he's popped once again, but he did pick up about 5 or 6 on the carry. But again, they pursued him pretty well there. But again, it was just after he picked up a nice chunk of yards. Purcell got popped there, but Purcell's had he's had a very good second half, and it's a 3rd and short coming up here for the Knights. 4:59 remaining here in the third.
Go dark up here, huh?
Just a little.
Yeah, we're on top of the press box, folks. We're usually in the press box, but we're on top of the press box, and we have no spotlights. No, we have lights on our camera phones.
Gavin Connor hands it off to Vinny Purcell, who's swallowed up, and we'll see if it's enough for the first, Keith. I think he might be just a tad short, but my angle's a little off up here.
Do they have enough guts to go for it on 4th down?
It was not enough for the first, Keith, and that looks like they're bringing in a punt team. This would very interesting decision by Coach Domsides here to not risk it and go for it as they hold on to an 11-point lead. But I think that's the whole purpose of punting. They want to hold on to that 11-point lead if they're not able to convert here. I think it's those little things that if you're Jeff Cream, you have to feel good about, that they showed enough respect to your defense. Although your defense may feel like they're not playing well, they respect your defense enough to not go for it in that position.
You don't want to change momentum.
Yep. So a running punt nearly blocked, but just gets it off and
get away from the ball, Peter. When you yell Peter, that means it's a poison call. Stay away from the ball. Stay away from the ball.
So it's 4th and 1 from their 28, and the punt gets all the way to the opposite end of the field, to about the 32. And that's where we will see Timothy Carpenter and the Trotwood Ram offense come back out. So your defense got to stop. That's exactly what you needed. You had a nice drive going until those penalties and that near turnover got in the way. Let's see if they can put that behind them and get a nice drive here going, Keith. I'm not saying it's a must-score drive here, but the chances of Alter going 3 and out again, or at least holding them to a punt again, are slim. If you want to rely on your defense like that again, you need to have your offense put you in a position to score.
Yeah, I mean, it's 3 phases of the game: offense, defense, and special teams. You need to win 2 or 3 of those to win 2 or 3 of those phases to have a chance to win the ball game. And right now, the special teams are slight edge, to Alter, because they get a 38-yard field goal. And offense is Alter. They got an 11-point lead. 11-point lead. And the defense, a little bit of slight edge to Alter. They've kept them out of the end zone all but one time today. So, Alter is dominating in all 3 areas as of now. But you still have a lot of football to play. You still got over 15 minutes of football to play for Trotwood to change their fortune.
This coming up Sunday, the Sunday morning tailgate show makes its return. We have our high school football on Fridays, our Ohio State football on Saturdays, and our NFL show on Sundays. And every Sunday throughout the NFL season, all the way through Super Bowl Sunday, minus this Sunday for KB. But Kev Nash and I will kick off the Sunday morning tailgate at Frickers this coming up Sunday, starting at 11:30 to 1, right up to kickoff of all the 1 o'clock games. And then KB returns the following Sunday.
I'll be back the following Sunday.
Excited to have that show back as well. Timothy Carpenter lines up in the snap again in the shotgun. 1st and 10 from the 31. Quick release. And they're going to throw the flag. And that could be a pass interference. Could be a pass interference against Michael Russ, the defensive back for Alter. We'll see what happens here, but an incomplete nonetheless. And they're saying it's against the defense. A huge break here for Alter, for
Trotwood.
For Trotwood.
They'll take that 15 yards.
That's if I'm not mistaken, Keith, I think that's the first penalty against Alter tonight.
The second.
The second.
The first one, it was a holding call negated by the
personal foul.
The personal foul. So they minus 10 plus 5, 15. So this is the first penalty all Alter that they didn't have to share with the other team.
So Timothy Carpenter, again, leading the offensive drive here. Michael Smith, who went out limping in the last offensive drive, is back out there in the backfield. Carpenter awaits the snap. 1st and 10 from his own 46. 3:36 remaining. They trail 17-6. Carpenter drops back. Pressure. Keeping his eyes down the field. He breaks the first couple tackles. He's on his feet. There's no one in front of him. He's going to get to the 35. He's going to break out to the outside, get to the 30, the 25.
Oh, that is a bad call.
The 10 and a touchdown.
Block in the back. They called a block in the back.
Every time Trotwood gets any momentum going, the officials bring it back. Every time.
That was I'm sorry, folks, you're at home. You don't see him. We're trying to bring it to you in your eyes. We're trying to, radio's theater to mind.
Paint the picture. Right?
We're painting the picture, and trust me, that was not a block in the back. The kid fell. He was engaged, and the guy fell down. And they called block in the back. Well, it should be a spot foul. It should be minus 10 from where it happened at, not back at the original line of scrimmage.
So with that what we thought would have been a 54-yard touchdown run by Timothy Carpenter will be called back. And it'll be 10 yards back from the spot of the foul, as you talked about, Keith. So it's going to set up a short situation here. What, a first and 1? How's that going to work here? Unless that brings that, is it a second down?
1, yeah.
Yeah, 1st and 1, a very unique.
Take a shot.
Yeah. Timothy Carpenter.
Take a shot down the field here.
Sends a man in motion, awaits the snap. He catches it, as you talked about, and they were waiting for that. And now 1st and 1. Now we'll
That
set
was
up your traditional 2nd and 6.
Yep.
I think they tried
when
to
I said take a shot, I meant max protected and take a shot to one of your receivers. Because they're just blitzing every play. Similar to a few years ago when Trotwood played alter in the playoffs, they were bringing C.J. Hicks like gangbusters every play to help earn his scholarship to Ohio State.
So now, 2nd down coming up. 2:44 remaining here. They're going to send Johnson in motion. Or Smith in motion.
Pressure again.
He steps into the throw and he connects.
There's
no one in front of him.
now.
And that's going to be a touchdown for Quentin Johnson, who gets to the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Trotwood.
You always felt Trotwood was one play away from breaking one, and that was the play right there.
Nice play, nice call, nice design too, by the way. Unbelievable.
Yeah, they just, kept the extra blocker in because Alta's bringing pressure.
It's a player
Got
down.
an
Looks like
player
cramps.
down.
Looks like cramps if I can't. So they're kind of trying to stretch that out a little bit over on the sideline. But, again, they don't.
Number 5, that's Russ, right?
Yeah, they went for the 2-point conversion last time, Keith, but now it looks like they do have a kicking team that they're ready to roll out there. We'll see what they do here. It's 17-12, by the way. There was a big play right there again. That was a Quentin Johnson touchdown up the far right, or up the right sideline here. So again, while they attend to the injured player on the field, Keith and I will step away. It's 17-12. Alter with the 5-point lead, an extra point or a 2-point conversion away of making it 17-13 or 14. 2:30 remaining in the third quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Buckeye fans, the brand new Chicken Wing in Huber Heights is now open and ready to take your tailgate party to the next level. Do you need a large order of wings for your next Buckeye party? Place your order at our drive-thru. No one else can say that. Chicken Wing is fresh, never frozen, and cooked to order. Hand-battered tenders and fresh hand-tossed wings and your choice of delicious sauces. Chicken Wing, 6315 Brent Pike in Huber Heights. Find us on social at Chicken Wing Co., where fresh and flavor come together. Oh yeah, go Bucks!
17-12, the Alter Knights lead it over the Trotwood Rams. The Trotwood Rams just scored a huge touchdown, about a 40-yard touchdown catch and score by Quentin Johnson for the Rams. And now it looks like Keith Timothy Carpenter and company, they will go for the 2-point conversion. They do not have a kicking team. But
sometimes you can just line up and run for it instead of trying to get cute going wide every play.
He did miss a wide open receiver the last time, though.
He was open.
Timothy Carpenter waits the snap.
Set.
Carpenter under center, lines up, drops back, quick release to the corner, and he connects, Keith, and that's once again Quentin Johnson.
Quentin
Johnson finished what
he
started.
We got a 3-point ball game.
Folks, we got a good one here tonight, and it's a great way to kick off week 4. By the way, can you believe that after Friday and Saturday night, Keith, that we will be 40% done with the high school football season? Unbelievable.
Wow.
Time flies when you're having fun.
And we are having fun. I love doing this.
17-14, the Alter Knights lead it right now after the Trotwood Rams lead a very impressive offensive drive. Love the play of Timothy Carpenter tonight. Been singing his praises all season. They've had a buzzsaw of a schedule to start. Winton Woods, Fairmont, Springfield last week. There's a very good Alter team that they're playing as well, but you could tell that the thumpings that they've taken early on, they've learned from those, and right now they're hanging with
this
themselves.
Is officially a dogfight.
Yep.
We're 2.5 minutes away from the fourth quarter, 3-point ball game, and Trotwood has been hitting them out a few times, but they've been resilient and bounce back and get back into this game.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, in Trotwood, them being 0-4 is kind of unprecedented for them.
They were down 10-0.
Yep.
Then 10-6, and then 17-6, and now 17-14.
Trotwood 0-4 is kind of unprecedented, but Alter 2-2, 4 weeks in. That's not where they like to be either. They want to be 3-1, and
right. Then Trotwood want to be 1-3.
No one wants to be 1-3, but you want to be 1-3 over 0-4. That's for sure.
All day, it looks a whole lot better. Unfortunately, I've been 0-3 once in my career, and it didn't feel good.
So there was So on the kickoff, there was a flag, and I believe they're going to call offsides on the Rams. 17-14 Knights lead it, and now we'll see the offense for the Knights come back out. Gavin Connor has had himself a very good evening.
Offsides on a kickoff team.
That's why I said that.
Oh, just watch the ball, guys. Now instead of kicking off on the 40, you're kicking off on the 35. The little things, come on. Just got a little momentum, don't give it away.
So the re-kick here. If you're just joining us, it's our ESPN Dayton High School Football Game of the Week. Usually coming at you on a Friday night, but with this alternate Trotwood game on a Thursday, we figure this is one of the bigger matchups of the weekend, and excited to be bringing it to you live here on 1410 Wing AM. 17-14 now. And Carpenter with the kick. And it'll be fielded at the 31, and he breaks a few tackles.
He's popped. Still running.
Yeah, he was pinballed off a few defenders and finally taken down, but he'll be taken down at the 48. And that's where we'll see Gavin Connor and the Knight offense come back out onto the field as they try to counter what the Rams
around
just
midfield.
did.
They got a short field to work with also.
That's why that penalty was so crucial. Offsides on the kickoff, and now that's where Alter will get the ball at the midfield marker. (17-14), 2:23 to go here in the third quarter. 1st and 10 at the 49 for Gavin Connor and the Ultra Knight offense. The crowd's starting to get into it now. We have ourselves a ball game. Gavin Connor lines up under center, sends a man in motion, awaits the snap. 2:23 remaining. Quick handoff, and that's going to be nothing cooking again. They've been so impressive on first down on defense, Keith. Nothing cooking there for Purcell.
Can they translate that to second and third down?
So Henderson, the big stop defensively for the Rams. No gain, Keith. There's a 2nd and 10 now coming up with 2 minutes to go in the third. Is that a 10-0 lead I see for your Buffalo Bills?
It is a 10-0 lead right now. Matthew Stafford threw his first interception of the season, first of many.
First of many?
Yep. He led the NFL in interceptions last year. Even though the team won the Super Bowl, they forget about that.
2nd and 10. No gain on the previous play.
That was a penalty right there. They missed that one.
It's going to be about a 3-4-yard gain.
When the offensive guy is going in motion, he has to stay parallel to the line of scrimmage. He can't turn up like they do in Canada, and that's what happened. And the ref missed that one, playing his day.
So a big third down coming up, 3rd and 6. I tell you what, almost every third down, we've seen Gavin Connor pretty much connect with Carter Sheets. So we'll see if that's what they draw up here.
I would look for Sheets.
They love going to the right side of the field to Sheets every time on third down in 5 or longer. They've rolled Connor out to the right.
Going to the right.
Yep.
Oh, he's coming back left, short side.
And right now they have 1 second, and they're not going to get the playoff in time. Do they get the timeout, Keith, in time?
Yeah, they give it to them.
Yeah, they got the timeout.
Their refs are a little lenient. They hate to call delay a game if you're making gangbusters over there to get the timeout in. They kind of like expecting it.
All right, under a minute to go in the third quarter. The Knights lead at 17-14. It'll be 3rd and 6 for the Knights when we come back.
Looking for dippable chicken that's done right? Just stop by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken for the 10-piece strips meal at a great price. You'll get 10 premium chicken tenderloins that are freshly marinated, honey-dipped, hand-breaded, and cooked to crispy perfection, along with 2 of our large sides, 5 fluffy biscuits, and 3 of your favorite dipping sauces. These are the best strips, no bones about it. Make your family and your wallet happy with a 10-piece strips meal, only at Lee's. Famous for chicken.
Justin Kenner, Keith Byers back with you here on 1410 ESPN Radio. It's our ESPN Dayton High School Football Game of the Week. And we got another good one here. The Ultra Knights lead at 17-14 over the Trotwood Rams. We are under a minute to go in the third quarter, and it's 3rd and 6 for Gavin Connor and the Ultra Knight offense. They have been big time on third down tonight, and honestly, it's been wide receiver Carter Sheets who's come up big for the Knights. Gavin Connor lines up. 3rd and 6 at 47, drops back, connects with Sheets again, right down in the middle of the field on the right side, Keith, and again, they convert on third. I love the connection between those two.
Actually, that one time that wasn't Sheets.
I call that out of habit then. But nonetheless, regardless of who caught it, it was enough to move the chains and then some for the Knights, and that was a devastating blow.
That time. He's still a big target to throw to.
So now it'll be fresh set of downs to work with.
You know, Alter has a pretty good identity who they are. They can line up in this wishbone. They like to pound it, but they all throw out of it. They can also go 4 wides and throw out of that and, quarterback draw and get some running yards out of it.
Very versatile nonetheless. And Willits gets the handoff, and he's spun down quick.
That play almost opened up like the Red Sea again.
That was Purcell again, by the way, not Willits. My apologies.
That was the play they just ran to score a touchdown on. Trotwood stopped at that time. We're going to the fourth quarter now. It's only 7 seconds to go, in the half. And it's coming down. This game is going to be decided again. Another one in the fourth quarter.
All right, so that'll do it here. 3 quarters of play in the books. And now that sets up what is going to be a fun and exciting final fourth quarter of play. It'll be 2nd and 6 from the Trotwood 29 for the Alternites. 12 final minutes up on the clock. We'll be back for quarter number 4 of our ESPN Dayton High School football game of the week as the Alternites lead the Rams 17-14 on 1410 ESPN Radio.
Do you owe the IRS $8,000 or more? Are you a few years behind in filing? Are you going through an audit and have no idea what to do? You need an ally fast because the IRS is ramping up its collection tactics again. Ally's tax relief negotiators can protect you from all IRS collections, but you have to call them today. Their team of enrolled agents, tax attorneys, and CPAs are your allies to fixing all of your tax problems. Here's Thomas, a thankful client of Ally's Tax Relief.
I owed the IRS $46,000 and my wages were about to get garnished. I knew I needed an ally, so I called Ally's Tax Relief. They stopped the IRS from taking money out of my paycheck and fixed everything. I walked away paying the IRS next to nothing. Thank you, Ally's Tax Relief.
Take the first steps to getting the IRS off your back. Call Ally's Tax Relief for a free consultation. 800-957-0325. That's 800-957-0325. 800-957-0325.
Justin Kenner, Keith Byers back with you here. Fourth quarter action just seconds away from kicking off here tonight at Trotwood Madison High School. I'm Justin Kenner alongside Buckeye legend, college football Hall of Famer, and Dayton's own Keith Byers. And Keith, last week we had a fantastic low-scoring game between the Wayne Warriors and, of course, Pinkerton Central. It was a 10-9 final. Another decently low-scoring game here, and back and forth we go. Again, 17-14, the Knights lead it over the Rams. But right now the Knights kind of inching deeper and deeper into Ram territory. This is a crucial second down coming up as the Rams desperately need to get a stop.
Yeah, like you said, the score is moderate scoring. It's not high scoring by no means. But is it safe to say the first team of 24 wins the game?
I'd say, and that could be coming up here on this drive for the Knights. Yep.
Yeah, I was going to say the first team of 20, but I think the first score team of 24 is going to win this game. Yeah, 12 minutes to go. 17-14 ball game. Alters driving. 2nd and 5. In the plus territory, ball's on the 29-yard line.
And now here we go. The fourth quarter is officially underway. 2nd and 6 at the 29. The snap and the handoff to Purcell at the middle and popped again, Keith.
Crucial third down coming up.
It's not for the game, but this might be where the game's decided, if that makes sense.
Change the momentum.
Yeah.
I mean, because if they stop them from no gain or for a yard, Alter has to make a decision how trusting are we of our field goal kicker, or do we punt or go for it?
And are you in fair 4-down territory if you're the Knights at this point? I don't know.
I mean, I got 2 downs to get 6 yards or 5 yards. I'm going for it on 4th down. With their passing game and their running game, I think they can get 2 yards, 5 yards on 2 plays.
I think if it's 4th and short, they do. I think right now this is why this is such a big third down. Look for Sheets. Again, Connor awaits the snap. Gets the snap, fakes the handoff, quick release, wide open.
Oh, my
the
gosh.
20, the 10.
He's going to score.
And he's going to walk into the end zone. The alternate strike.
He snuck the back out of the backfield.
That's Ethan Willits.
And he got lost. Injured Trotwood Ram on the field.
That is not what you wanted if you're the Rams, not just giving up the third down conversion, but giving up the touchdown on the play at that. 1 minute into the fourth quarter, and there are points up on the board for
number 46.
The Alternites. So 46 is the player for the Rams who has been all over the field tonight, and unfortunately don't have his name on this roster, Keith, and but he has had a massive game tonight, and this could be a massive blow for the Rams if he is out for a significant amount of time, whether it be the remainder of this quarter or games ahead, hoping that he's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to step away for a few moments. If you're just tuning in or want to recap real quick, it's 23-14 after that big 30-yard touchdown pass and catch between, of course, quarterback Gavin Connor and number 11, Ethan Willits. Willits, an unbelievable athlete for the Knights, who, of course, gets the score. He seems to be making his way off the field, now being helped off. We'll go ahead and keep it here, actually. Some teammates running out to help get him off the field, and, of course, he'll be helped off. So 23-14, and the Alter Knights, their special teams back on the field for an extra point opportunity here to make it a 10-point game once again. That was a big third down. We were saying it was a big third down, of course, as Alter needed to pick it up. But if anything, I'm not saying it's a good score, but, I mean, they did put points up on the board, and Trotwood gets the ball right back with 11 minutes as opposed to more time coming off that clock, nonetheless.
Well, all teachable moments. A young team that Trotwood has. And, you know, you have to learn how to win. It's not just only about talent. It's about the mental part of the game, too. And I think Jeff Graham was an excellent teacher. And, you know, the players are learning that.
The extra point is good. 24-14, the Alter Knights lead it over the Trotwood Rams. It was a very impressive drive for the Alter Knights. The last time the Rams had the ball, it was an impressive drive for them on the offensive side as well. How will the Trotwood Rams and their offense, along with star quarterback Timothy Carpenter, respond? We'll find out when we come back.
Hey, Buckeye fans, as the official wing sponsor of your Ohio State Buckeyes, Roosters is giving away 12 trips for 2 to this year's Buckeye Bowl game. Each trip comes complete with airfare, hotel, gift bag, and 2 tickets to the big game. One bowl prize winner chosen each week, along with other cool Roosters weekly prizes. So register every week at roosterswings.com. Roosters, a fun, casual joint, and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Official contest rules at roosterswings.com.
This is Doug Ute, Executive Director of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. High school coaches can be the biggest influence on kids having a positive experience in sports. Sports set the foundation for life lessons that remain long after playing days are over.
This is Gene Smith. Please join Life Sports at The Ohio State University and the Ohio High School Athletic Association as we partner with the Susan Crown Exchange on its Million Coaches Challenge. Get involved and learn more at go.osu.edu/CoachBeyond.
Justin Kinner, Keith Byers, back with you here at 1410 ESPN Radio. The Alter Knights lead at 24-14 after the big touchdown between Gavin Connor and Willits. And now we'll have a chance to see the Trotwood Rams respond on the kickoff here. Still on his feet. He spun around, popped a few times, and be taken down about the 28-yard line, Keith. And that's where we'll see Timothy Carpenter and company take over.
Well, it's a big drive for Trotwood, as you just said. 11 minutes to go. You're down by 10. And, you know, I say we don't have any plays in our playbook to get us 10 points. But we have plays in our playbook that could be successful. So one play at a time. First downs turns into touchdowns. And let's just move the chains instead of pressing, trying to, this play got to be perfect. Just play one play at a time.
Timothy Carpenter awaits the snap. It's 1st and 10 from the Ram 23, and he sends a man in motion. Carpenter gets the snap. He's going to step in the pocket and run. Has plenty of room in front of him. He gets the first down and then some. Doesn't slide. He's popped at the 48-yard line, Keith. But that's a huge
quarterback
pickup.
Don't slide.
That's a 25-yard pickup to
that's
get to
midfield. Start
midfield.
of a drive.
Said those first downs turned to touchdowns. Well, that was enough for 2
flag
first downs.
Is there a flag on the field? Oh, you got to be kidding. Laundry on the field again?
Every time. Every time.
All sides. When did somebody move? I didn't see the all sides.
You could always hear the pain in Lumpkin's voice when he the
play
is
know it.
negated.
He got a good vocabulary on him. Man, well, he's a Buckeye.
Yeah.
And a Ram.
No, I was just the sound of defeat in his voice. Like you could tell the frustration every time the Rams, a 25-yard run up the middle by the quarterback, Timothy Carpenter, is negated, as Mr. Lumpkin said, and brought back. So it's first and 17
That's
now.
his way, a subtle way of letting the referee
Yes,
know. We
no,
see you.
Yeah. Carpenter sends a man in motion. Again, the man he sends in motion is Michael Smith. Carpenter has time to throw.
Got a man.
Yep, he connects with Quentin Johnson, who was on the receiving end of the
Hey,
touchdown.
give him blow the whistle. Give him the blow for momentum.
Yes, 4. It took 4 alternites to tackle him and bring him down on the first and 17 pass. That's going to be 2nd and maybe 4 coming up.
Yeah,
Keith,
but
nice
it could have
pickup.
been 2nd and 1 if he blew the whistle the first time. But the player safety.
Usually we refrain from calling out the officiating on the air, but it has been very questionable.
Tonight.
Yeah, you said I said questionable. You said
I said atrocious.
2nd and 3. Timothy Carpenter waiting for the snap. They have the ball at their own 30. They send Johnson or Smith in motion. He gets the snap.
Hit the flare.
He's going to step up. He avoids the first tackle. Gets the first down.
No flags. No flags. No flags.
To the 45, the stiff arm. He's going to get into the alternate territory. He runs out of bounds, Keith. A nice pickup.
Well, if I was him, I would have fell out of bounds. They call late hits on the quarterback, so fall down.
Looks like a man is down for the Alternites, and unfortunately it looks to be number 6 for Alter, and that's Sammy Miller.
I got my binoculars. Let me see what I can see.
Sammy Miller, one of the
Looks
team
like a
captains.
cramp in his shoe.
We've seen a couple players cramp up. Kind of a chilly night tonight,
I
too.
know.
It's
I
not
went to
usually
the
not
car to grab my jacket.
It's usually not the weather you see a lot of these in, but so as they are attending to the player on the field, a very impressive drive. We see a 25-yard pickup from, of course, Timothy Carpenter and the Rams that was called back, and then another 15-yard pickup right there. Really, 2 back-to-back plays from Timothy Carpenter, one in the air with an impressive throw, and then, of course, the pickup with his legs right there. He popped from the left side of the field to the right and was able to pick up that far right sideline, but now a fresh set of downs coming up. A very impressive drive thus far.
I mean, this Trotwood team is going to be good in the future. You know, they want me to say the future is now, but you have something to have to be patient. And how does patience come? By waiting. You know, let them grow up. I'm enjoying this game tonight, though. You know, all Trotwood has to do is get points on the board, whether it's a field goal, which I doubt that, or a touchdown, you know, just to get something to cut into this league. Because you got the momentum. If you're Walter, you're saying, let's get off the field and give our offense a chance to extend the lead even more. It's at 10 points now. You know, Trotwood can't afford to give Alter any more points. Get rid of it. Let the clock go
Carpenter,
off.
a deep throw is intended to target Quentin Johnson.
Oh, what's the
He
PI?
connects with it. There's the pass interference.
Yeah, it's got to be pass interference.
By the way, Keith, we have to bring up Quentin Johnson, who, not saying he was nowhere to be found in that first half, but he has just been around. He has been a magnet to that ball here in this second half, and he was a part of that touchdown drive the last time
You're
and
right.
the 2-point conversion, and then nearly came down with that right there, and again draws the pass interference. Quentin Johnson has been a difference maker here in the second half for the Trotwood Rams. And Keith, that's big because that's right at about what the 14-yard line.
Well, that's the NFL. You get a spot call. This is
That's
high
right.
school. You get 15 yards.
So I'm watching the Rams on the field and the Rams on the screen.
Yeah, how
the
about
LA
that?
Rams, but
LA Rams.
nonetheless.
I didn't put that down. You're right. Trotwood Rams, the LA Rams, Rhode Island Rams. Just the college Rams for you.
So nonetheless, a call that goes in favor of the Rams.
They would take that 15 yards.
Absolutely. And again, driving deeper and deeper into Alter territory. Now, 1st and 10, ball at the 34 or at the 34-yard line. 33, 10-18 remaining in the ball game. 24-14 they trail. The handoff.
Oh,
if he was able to break that tackle, he had a lot of yards in front of him.
Oh,
that was Michael Smith, the junior running back, Keith.
I mean, and I think head coach Jeff Graham was doing an excellent job of mixing up his running backs. You know, no one's getting tired. You know, all 3 of them run the ball extremely hard.
2nd and 9. He was tripped up for a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9 from the 32. 9:51 to go. The Rams trail 24-14. Timothy Carpenter hands it off. Again, nothing cooking. And once again, Michael Smith swallowed up in a good play by the defensive line for the Ultra Knights, who are stepping up big
They're
right now.
facing another crucial 3rd down here. He's bringing in the receivers. But, you know, he's made plays with his legs, too, on 3rd down.
This is where the calls become tough if you're Jeff Graham, too, because
it's 4-down territory.
4-down territory,
You
but
can't
at the
punt.
same time, it's like,
Yeah, he's not punting now.
but you want a 3rd and short if you don't get the first here.
Unless you get a big loss here, you got to go for it on 4th down. If it's an incomplete pass, still go for it on 4th.
3rd and 10 at the 33. They send Smith in motion. Carpenter steps into the pocket, lobs it up, connects, coming down with it, Keith. Guess who? Quentin Johnson.
He needed 2 footballs on that play. He had 2 guys that were open.
As big as Carter Sheets has been for the Alter Knights, Quentin Johnson has been equally, if not even more big for the Trotwood Rams tonight. First down at the 20. And
he went up on the 3rd floor to get that ball.
And it was kind of a poorly thrown ball because he globbed it up a little too high. He had to wait.
Knew he was going to take a hit.
Yep.
And he still came down with the football.
That's how open he was, by the way, because it wasn't a very well thrown ball, but it was enough to get it to him nonetheless. Quentin Johnson lined up to his left. Timothy Carpenter gets the snap. His eyes
going right back
to the corner of the end zone. Quentin Johnson with his 2nd touchdown in back-to-back drives, and the Trotwood Rams cut it to within 4 and an extra point away from making it a 3-point ball game.
Hey, you got to give your playmakers a chance to make a play. They're going to cover him one-on-one. Hey, let the better man win.
Unbelievable pass and catch. I absolutely love the play of Quentin Johnson, the junior wide receiver. He's 6'1", 185 pounds, and for the 2nd straight drive has become one of the biggest difference makers on the field that we've seen here tonight, and he is why, along with the play of star quarterback Timothy Carpenter, that they have a chance here tonight.
They're going for 2 points down and cut the lead from 4 to 2. We'll see. They're 50% on 3rd down conversions right now.
Timothy Carpenter awaits the snap, and, of course, he has Michael Smith with him in the backfield. Sends a man in motion, fakes the handoff, steps into it. Nope, doesn't throw. Steps through a couple tackles.
Did he get it?
He might be a yard short. There's waving no. Of course, that's Alter waving no, but we'll wait for the official.
The referee said no.
But somehow the Alter defender is coming away with the football. I don't think they got it at this point, but nonetheless, when you're not kicking field goals, Keith, making it a 3-point versus a 4-point game technically doesn't matter, but at the same time, you want to convert there, and you can tell they wanted that one. And I say that it doesn't matter because they don't have a kicking team. Timothy Carpenter is their punter. He's their 2-point conversion quarterback. He's their everything. He's their kickoff guy. He's their everything right now, and he's been doing it all. We got ourselves a ball game, folks, with 8:36 remaining. 3 straight scoring drives from both teams. It's 24-20. Alter still with the lead. Can the Trotwood defense come up and get a stop? We'll have the Alter Knight offense back on the field when we come back.
Attention all business owners who rent or lease space, including storage space. Stop wasting your money paying someone else for your space. You can now save a ton of money and own your own building with the incredible sale prices from General Steel. That's right, start saving money every month on renting space from others. Just call 877-25-STEEL to see how General Steel can help you save money. Our 50-year structural warranty buildings are custom designed for your needs and save you a ton of money. Call 877-25-STEEL.
Take it from a successful entrepreneur. If you need to expand or start a new business, you need General Steel.
Great team and the competitive pricing is the reason I went with General Steel.
Call 877-25-STEEL now, and you can get any of our popular quick construction structures, including a 40 by 60 foot building or a 50 by 100 clear span building fast and easy. Call 877-25-STEEL. That's 877-257-8335. 877-25-STEEL.
All right, we welcome you back. It's our ESPN Dayton High School Football Game of the Week. And although there's not a lot of games to pick from tonight, Keith, I have no doubt this is going to be one of the best games of the weekend, even before getting to Friday night. And this has been an outstanding football game tonight. I love what we've seen between both quarterbacks, Gavin Conner for the Knights, Timothy Carpenter for the Rams, the wide receivers, the running backs, the defenses have stepped up tonight. It's 24-20. Gavin Conner and the Alter Knight offense back on the field as they are trying to hold on. A flag is on the field. Running back is popped, and he'll be taken down at about the 30 or the 45-yard line, but we'll see. This might be coming back.
That quick. It's usually, if it wasn't offsides, it was defensive line up offside. You can't call holding that quick, I don't think.
So we'll wait to see what the call is here. The officials gathered up at about the 35-yard line. It's 24 Knights football with the lead, and they have the ball at their 39. The Alter Knights came right down the field and scored on their opening drive in the second half. Trotwood responded with a touchdown of their own, and this flag has Alter going back now.
What is encroachment? It's offsides. But he put the encroachment sign. He is referee.
And he called it like he
Yeah, because that's the defensive penalty.
All right, now it's first down, 1st and 15 now for.
Just got off sides.
And the snap and the handoff and about a 2-3 yard pickup. A couple yards short of getting to the original line of scrimmage, but on the 1st and 15, I think it's going to be about a 1st and 12 or 2nd and 12 coming up. 8 minutes remaining here, and this is becoming real dicey. I know that Trotwood's trailing, but I think there's a lot of pressure on this Alter offense to convert here because you know that Trotwood, their only way of winning is getting a stop and scoring a touchdown. So you don't even want to you have to get a touchdown here if you're Trotwood, just because of the fact that a field goal at least guarantees an overtime if, in fact, this game does go deep into this fourth quarter. Gavin Connor awaits the snap. 2nd and 12 now, 7:40 to go. They hold on to a 24-20 lead. Gavin Connor gets the snap. Quick release, nearly intercepted.
Ooh.
Trotwood
hasn't turned them over yet.
I keep saying there's going to be a big moment, Keith, where the secondary, I think the secondary, they played a very solid game tonight for Trotwood. They've come close on a few occasions. I kept saying I feel like there's going to be a moment in this game in crunch time where the secondary is going to come up big, and it could be here, Keith, because it's 3rd and 12, and Gavin Connor has to cover a lot of yards here to at least get close to the first or pick up the first.
What about a pick six here? Or a touchdown for Alter? Or some kind of big play.
We're up high here on the roof of the press box. I believe we will feel it shake beneath our feet.
Point if it's a pick six.
All right, Gavin Connor awaits the snaps. 3rd and 12 from the 37, 7:34 to go. Gavin Connor rolls out to his right.
He's got a guy.
Connects in the middle. Incomplete. He overthrows the receiver in the middle. His intended target was number 4, and John Feynman, the junior captain. And what a defensive stop here, Keith. And I tell you what, Alter has yet to be able to stop Timothy Carpenter and the Rams offense here in the second half. So now, I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves here, but if the Rams can get a nice return here, we might be able to see the Rams take the lead for the first time tonight.
How about that? 7.5 minutes to go. I mean, this game has been uphill climb for Trotwood the whole game, and you got a chance to take the lead, with 7.5 minutes to go in the game. Get away from the ball, get away from the ball, get away from the ball.
A nice punt, and that's going to continue to roll to about the 20, and it'll roll out of bounds, and that's where you'll see Timothy Carpenter and the Trotwood Ram offense take over. We have an exciting one here tonight at Trotwood Madison High School. Timothy Carpenter and the Ram offense will come back out onto the field as they look to complete the comeback here. 7:19 to go, though. Still a lot of time left, and we've yet to see Trotwood be stopped here in the second half. But that was one of the few drives tonight from Alter where things just did not really get cooking for them. So expect if they get the ball back, I don't expect that to happen to them on back-to-back drives. So we'll see what happens. But teams gathering on each sideline. The timeout on the field. We'll take a quick timeout ourselves. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Buckeye fans, the brand new Chicken Wing in Huber Heights is now open and ready to take your tailgate party to the next level. Do you need a large order of wings for your next Buckeye party? Place your order at our drive-thru. No one else can say that. Chicken Wing is fresh, never frozen, and cooked to order. Hand-battered tenders and fresh hand-tossed wings and your choice of delicious sauces. Chicken Wing, 6315 Brent Pike in Huber Heights. Find us on social at Chicken Wing Co., where fresh and flavor come together. Oh yeah, go Bucks.
This Saturday morning, join Keith Byers and myself, Justin Kidder, live at the Submarine House in Kettering, 9:30 East Dorothy Lane. It's Keith Byers and I will be going live throughout the Buckeye pregame, 1410 ESPN Radio and 92.9 Jack FM, or Dayton's radio home for the Ohio State Buckeyes. And Keith and I will be live at Submarine House in Kettering, going live throughout the pregame. Submarine House is the spot to watch the Buckeyes all season long. Of course, that's not the shoe, of course. Timothy Carpenter and the Ram offense back on the field. They trail 24-20.
80 yards to take the lead.
1st and 20 from their own 20.
Got a guy in open field.
And, of course, that's the speedy running back on the outside, Michael Smith, who's made some big plays tonight. Michael Smith gets to about the 25, 26.
Safe play to start your drive off.
He was wide open, too.
Oh, yeah. They're going to
look at
that was nothing but a flare route. I caught many of those. Kept food on my table catching flare routes like that. Turn those into first downs. Move the chain.
Look out for Quentin Johnson, who has just been a freaking monster in the second half for the Rams. Timothy Carpenter steps in the pocket, throws on the run.
Make him get up the field, get up the field, get up the field.
It's enough for the first down. Nice pick up there by Michael Smith.
They're going to
Chains move. Clock continues to tick, which may not be a bad thing for the Rams because you want to eat clock while, of course, scoring to close out this drive and not leave enough time. But you can't be thinking about that. Your only thing on your mind right now is putting that ball in the end zone.
Oh, no question.
Timothy Carpenter awaits the snap. 1st and 10, ball at the 32. Carpenter gets the snap, drops back.
You got the square, you got the hook.
No one open, avoids a couple tackles, still on his feet. He gets to the 35. He's going to be taken down about the 40-yard line. He's been very good on the ground tonight.
Yeah. I mean, you know, that both linebackers took away that flare, but that meant the curl, the hitch was open right behind it. You got to keep his eyes downfield. It'll just throw it to him.
Michael Smith, they send him back into the ball game, by the way. Quentin Johnson is in the game.
You know, a game-winning drive if you're Trotwood. This is the game. This is the drive we win the game on. And if you're Alter, this is a game-winning drive. This is the drive we stop them to get the ball back in our offense.
Trotwood Rams looking for their first win of the season, and this would be an impressive win at that. 3 receivers set to the left. Timothy Carpenter waits the snap. He gets the ball, calls his own number, run to the right. Yep.
Enough for the first down. The referee's winding the clock. Did he get it? He step out?
Whatever Jeff Graham said to his offense at the half, they bought in.
This 3rd down, he must have stepped out well before. I had to keep my binoculars up.
No gain. It'll be 3rd and 2.
They said 3rd and 2.
Well, okay, he ran out of bounds. Why is the clock running? He didn't get tackled. If he's short of the first down, why is the clock stopped? Why is the clock running?
Again, 5:51 remaining here in the ball game. It's 24-20. Alter with the lead. So Timothy Carpenter, a big 3rd down here. And right now, a lot of coaches running out onto the field calling a timeout. I think the officials are confused. I think the coaching staff's confused too. I think they're wanting an explanation as well. All right, timeout out on the field. We'll take another quick timeout ourselves. It's 24-20. Knights with the lead. 3rd and 2 for the Rams. Timothy Carpenter and the Rams. Actually, we'll go ahead and keep it here because they're about to break the huddle here in a second. It's 3rd and 2 for the Trotwood Rams.
Not a good night for their striped shirts.
No, it has not been at all. But nonetheless, the Rams still have an opportunity here. It's going to be 3rd and short coming out of the TO. 5:41 remaining. The Rams trail 24-20, and they have the ball at their 40. And right now, even with them trailing, Keith, I feel like all the pressure's on Alter right now because that clock, 5:41, that clock, although it's stopped right now,
because of the timeout.
I think that they want that clock to keep running. That's for sure.
Cost them 30 seconds.
So the timeout situation, Keith, both teams with 2 timeouts remaining, which is crucial in a tight game like this. 3 receivers set to the left, Timothy Carpenter. 3rd and 2 from the 40. Carpenter awaits the snap. He does have Michael Smith in the backfield on his left hip. Waits the snap, gets it. Drops back. Has time to throw. No pressure. Deep pass attempt. He has a man wide open, and he connects. The 15, the 10. Touchdown. That is number 15, Armani Rogers on the score.
He went trips left. Overloaded the receivers on the left and had the one-on-one backside post. It's wide open. He just gave him time to throw it, and he beat the one-on-one.
What a game!
The safety had to go help the trip receivers on his right. On the left side of the offense, defensive right, which left center field open. If you kind of remember what happened Saturday night when C.J. Stroud got double blitzes up the middle and he hit Xavier Johnson for the touchdown, same type of play. So Jeff Graham is the Buckeye. He knows those plays. With a zone beater, and he took advantage of it.
What an unbelievable pass. It was 3rd and 2 from the Trotwood 40, a 60-yard strike between star quarterback Timothy Carpenter and number 15, Armani Rogers, who made some big plays in the first half. It's been the Quentin Johnson show in the second half, but Armani Rogers just wanted to remind everyone that, hey, I'm still on the field.
This 2 points is huge.
It is because it forces a touchdown, yeah.
Alter can win the game. They get a field goal, make it a touchdown. They would need a touchdown to take the lead.
Timothy Carpenter again.
2-point game right now, 26-24. Here we go.
Armani Rogers in motion. Armani Rogers gets the handoff, and he's popped.
There's nothing there.
So this sets up
5 minutes, 32 seconds.
Whew.
Trotwood is 1 of 4 on 2-point conversions.
An unbelievable game here tonight, and we still have 5.5 minutes remaining. The Trotwood Rams, who have trailed all evening, have come back from trailing by 10, 24-14, and now lead at 26-24. Can the defense hold? We'll find out when we come back.
Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken is excited to announce their new delicious spicy bourbon chicken sandwich is here. It's the best of both worlds. Their spicy bourbon dippers that you love brought into a sandwich you'll crave. It's made with their famous spicy chicken sandwich, smothered in their special bourbon barbecue sauce, dripping with flavor on a brioche bun. Enjoy it in a combo with your favorite side and a drink, priced just right at only $6.99 and only available at Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken Miami Valley locations. Lee's, famous for spicy bourbon chicken.
Running with the halftime show.
Justin Kinner fires with you here on 1410 ESPN Radio. A 60-yard touchdown strike between Timothy Carpenter and star receiver Armani Rogers. Unbelievable performance here tonight. There's still 5.5 minutes remaining of this game.
A lot of football.
The Rams lead it for the first time tonight. Keith, they trailed by 10 on multiple occasions tonight. And they've come all the way back to take a 26-24 lead, and now the kickoff.
Oh, ball's through his head. It's a loose football back there. It went through his hands.
It's picked up at the 5. He's tripped up and popped inside the 10.
Oh, boy. 5 minutes and 29 seconds to go in this ball game. Trotwood is up 26-24. Alter needs to go 90 yards for the touchdown and at least get the ball for a field goal. He's kicked one from 38 yards.
Oh, man.
With room to spare.
Those two-point conversions, not being able to convert on multiple two-point conversions tonight could come back to haunt the Trotwood Rams. But you know what? We're not there yet. You do got to keep an eye, though. The Alter Knights, they have some star power and firepower on the offensive side of the ball. An unbelievable performance tonight from star quarterback Gavin Connor. But, man, we cannot say enough about the play of Carter Sheets, who has come up on so many big plays, Keith.
Yes, he did. I'm thinking that you don't have to panic and start throwing the ball. You can still run the ball if you alter. There's still plenty of time left on the clock. But you need positive yards when you do it, and that wasn't it on first down.
The running backs have been stellar tonight as well. Vinny Purcell, he's had a couple big bursts, including that 60-yard burst earlier in the second half.
No, I just said, in the last drive for Trotwood, this is a, game-winning drive. They need to score a touchdown here, and they would look back when this game got us back in it. Same with Alter defense needed to stop Trotwood. Now the world's reversed. Now Alter has a chance to have a game-winning touchdown drive, and now Ken Trotwood's defense has come, been spotty at times and strong at other times. Can they come up with a big stop right now and get off the field?
Gavin Connor, 2nd and 10 from his own 9. Throws it high to the outside. His intended target was none other than Carter Sheets. That was one of the few bad throws we've seen from Connor tonight.
That's because of pressure.
Yep. Gavin Connor has not thrown a lot of bad passes tonight.
You put pressure on the quarterback, he can't, you mess up his rhythm. And that's what Trotwood did. They have pressure on him. I think you got to bring pressure again.
Crucial 3rd down coming up.
You necessarily got to blitz, but you need to have pressure on the quarterback.
Folks, for you listening, keep an ear out for this crowd. On this 3rd and 10 from the Trotwood 9, if the Rams can get a stop here, this place will erupt. 3rd and 10 from the 9, 4:43 to go. The Rams lead 26-24. Gavin Connor gets the snap, quick release, connects, and he's popped. He's still on his feet, and he's tackled out of bounds. I don't know why this crowd did not do what I expected them to do. I just totally misread the entire situation.
No, you didn't misread it. They just didn't see the memo. You were spot on.
No, no one's up. Come on, Trotwood fans.
No punting?
I think that's why these fans knew. Okay, that wasn't a stop, but the punt team does come out.
So if I'm in Trotwood, catch this punt. Don't let it roll. Catch it. Alert fake.
4th down coming up. 4:37 to go.
He punts it.
Then he gets the punt
off.
Don't
hit the punter. He hit the punter. You got to be kidding.
And Trotwood receives it. He's going to get to the 15.
No, it's Alter ball.
Oh, I know, yeah. But, see, I don't think the fans know that. The fans have no idea. The crowd's going crazy on this side. They're going to erupt in some boos,
wow,
Keith.
You're that close.
Boos are going to come raining down on the field any second.
You can't.
Wait for it. The boos are coming. And, by the way, this is a good call. You can't hit the punter.
It's a good call. You can't run to
You can't hit the punter.
Is it a roughing the punter or running into the punter? If it's run into the punter, it's only 5 yards. Roughing the punter is 15, and he called roughing. That's 15.
He plays once again negated by a flag.
Sorry, I don't know why I'm laughing at that, but you heard Lumpkin.
Jeez.
That, Keith.
Wait a minute. How big a punt? Hey, whoa. The ball's on the, 10-yard line?
And they get the ball the way at the 30.
Whoa.
That's a friendly penalty, right, though? I mean, is it from where the penalty was?
No.
Either
Maybe
way.
The ball's on.
All right, so 1st and 10 now for Gavin Connor, and the Knights catch a break here in a pitch to the outside, and the running back going to get to the 30, cut up to the 35, and it'll be spun down, trying to get a good view of the number. That's number 36 for the Alter Knights, and that's Schaefer. Schaefer had a nice run in the touchdown earlier on in the ball game. So a nice carry right there, and now the Alter Knights they could breathe a little bit. 4 minutes is a lot of time. In fact, it's one of those situations where
the whole playbook is still in play right now. You got 2 timeouts, plenty of time.
The end goal is the touchdown, but right now the short-term goals is keep moving the chains and keep moving that clock, because if you do take the lead, you don't want to leave time for Timothy Carpenter and that Ram offense, who has not been stopped in the second half, Keith, and he's popped right there at the 40, 37, 36-yard line. He's taken down, so nothing much there.
Now, if you're Alter, I said take your time, but you got to take your time, be quick about it. That clock is not your friend when it's 3rd down. Find Sheets. Find Purcell.
3rd and 2 at the 37 coming up. Gavin Connor has been fantastic tonight on 3rd down. Carter Sheets, the star wide receiver, the junior, has been big as well. Let's look for the Connor and Sheets connection.
Run.
Connor,
it's not. It's a pass.
Drops back, steps up, middle of the field is open, and there's the interception. I told you the interception was coming.
He's still running. Good call, Justin.
I knew it was coming. I'm like Tony Romo up here. I'm calling it like I see. I know you love Tony Romo.
No, you're a Cowboy reference, really?
How about them Cowboys? How about them Rams? The defense coming up big. Gavin Connor, who had not thrown an interception all night, throws an interception in the most crucial moment of the ball game, and the Trotwood Rams.
Ball could go a lot of different directions.
Well, it was nearly intercepted twice. It was bobbled around a few times, and we've seen that. But, man, look at the happiness on the sideline of the Rams right now.
Can they run the victory? Can they run the ball? 2 first downs will seal it.
Turnover by the Knights, crucial. But the Rams, this ain't over yet. 2:51, they have a 2-point lead. But they've been undisciplined at times throughout this evening. They got to make sure that they are solid here to close this ball game out, because the Knights.
But they're going to bring the house if you're Alter.
Timothy Carpenter going to pitch it to the outside, and, of course, that's going to be
Stay in bounds,
Smith.
stay in bounds, stay in bounds, stay in bounds. They stopped the clock.
Smith gets to the 36-yard line from the.
There's some of the undiscipline you're talking about. You got to stand down. You got to fall down. Know when the battle's over. You got to know when that's a win for Alter. Even though they give 6 yards, they got you out of bounds.
Second and
Trotwood
5
has the
coming up.
best announcer, public service announcer, public address announcer.
The emotion just comes out in every announcement right there. 2nd and 5 now. Carpenter rolls out. He hands this one back off to Michael Smith. Michael Smith pops in the middle, and he's going to be taken down by the 34.
3rd down. Trotwood, Alter call a timeout now.
Keep in mind, you're Trotwood too, and see, that's 2 big plays. I mean, this is a big opportunity for Alter. That's why I said this isn't over yet. And it looks like a player down on the field for Trotwood. That looks to be Michael Smith. Again, more cramping issues, if I'm not mistaken. All right, we'll take a quick 30-second pause. It's going to be 3rd and 3, Trotwood Ram offense on the other side. If the Knights can get a stop here, the window for them to have another crack at it is still open. They trail 26-24. Rams with the lead, Rams with the ball. 3rd and 3 for the Rams when we come back.
If you need new roofing, siding, or gutters, skylights, or patio enclosures, if you're a homeowner or business and need someone you can trust, don't take a chance. Enhance with Lance. Lance Roofing and Siding in Fairborn has been satisfying customers since 1993 and hold an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Lance Roofing and Siding, 8460 Dayton Springfield Road in Fairborn. Call for a free estimate at 864-2722. That's 864-2722 or online at lanceroofing.com.
All right, and we are back. Justin Kinner, Keith Byers. It's our ESPN Dayton High School football game of the week. I do want to make sure we give a shout-out to Brandon Williams back in the WING studios. Keith, Brandon doing a fantastic job keeping us on the air tonight, navigating through the broadcast. So shout-out to Brandon. Appreciate you. And he's coming all the way off the field. He's being carried off the field. So 26-24, the Trotwood Rams with the lead. This is as big of a play for the Alternites as it is the Trotwood Rams. The Trotwood Rams could, in essence, put this away if they can get a first down here, but the Knights desperately need to stop because that would force Jeff Graham to have to make a interest. Well, they have to.
Right, Justin, I'm putting you on the spot. You run a pass. You're the coach. You run a pass right now.
I think you roll out to pass and you run it with your quarterback.
Oh, you're taking it. It's diplomatic
answer.
You lawyered up on me on that answer.
1:48 to go, 3rd and 3. Timothy Carpenter lines up under center.
Just hand it off and go get it.
Hand it off to Smith up the middle, and he does not get the first. He's swallowed up at the 30, I'd say the 33-yard line.
Yeah, Ultra's going to use their one of their two final timeouts.
So it was a 1-yard gain. Both teams make their way over to. So what would you have done in that situation?
I would have run the ball. I would have run the ball.
So we're on the same page. You just would have run it differently, I'm sure.
I would have run it. I would have run it. That's what that first down run really hurt Trotwood. You know, he didn't get out of bounds. He ran a 6-yard run and got out. That means got knocked out of bounds. If he stays in bounds, it's less than a minute to go on the clock.
And obviously, if you're Trotwood, you go for it here on this 4th and 2. Coming out of this timeout, there's a minute 36 remaining. You pick up the first. You need 2 yards to win the game.
Yeah.
2 yards to win the game. If I'm Jeff Graham right now, because, I know more than Jeff Graham apparently. If I'm Jeff Graham right now, I don't even care if you pick it up or not. Do not get a penalty. Do not get a penalty. You want to pick it up.
Fake punt. That's how you lose your job, so don't do that.
Do not get a penalty here. Do not jump off sides.
Maybe that's their turn, Alta's turn to run into their Trotwood's punter. The Trotwoods bring their offense on the field. They're not going to punt it. They're going to try to go for it.
The Trotwood Rams trailed by 10 on multiple occasions.
They're leaving their offense out there. They didn't want to snap the ball, bad snap, anything like that. They're going for it.
Timothy Carpenter sends a man in motion.
Try to get him offside. Try to jump him offside.
4th and 2. Minute 36 remaining. 26-24. Carpenter rolls out. He's being pursued, and he's going to pick up the first down.
He made a man miss.
He got the first down, and now you can start to see the fans relax a little bit. I think
your first play in the playbook is coming into play. Victory formation, the best play you got. Alta can only stop the clock one more time.
Heard the Sports Center theme from the band a little bit ago.
Yeah.
Da-da-dun, da-da-dun. All right, folks, this was one heck of a ball game here tonight. There's about 70 seconds remaining. The Trotwood Rams lead it 26-24.
Snap and take a knee. Snap and take a knee. Victory formation. What the receiver doing out there? What are you doing? Don't hand the ball off.
My goodness, what are we doing?
Don't hand the ball. If they don't want to call timeout, don't let them, make them call their timeout.
The Let's Go Trotwood chants being led by the cheerleaders and the fan base reacting down below us. Again, their first win of the season. They're at least about there. Again, they're about 38 seconds away from improving to 1-3 on the season. Tough loss to Winton Woods, a loss to Fairmont, a loss to Springfield, and a near loss to the Alternites, but they come all the way back after trailing by 10 on multiple occasions.
48-minute game.
We've been fortunate.
You play to win the game.
Absolutely. And another player down on the field, Keith. There's been a lot of players down tonight, a lot of cramping for a chilly night. Usually you see that on a hot and humid, late August, early September night. Not
a night like tonight.
Not a night like tonight.
I had to go to the car to get my little jacket, and I had a nice little floppy hat on. I put me some extra cotton on this bald head.
So now it looks like they're about to line up in that dirty formation, Keith. We have Miamisburg and Wayne a week from this Friday, from tomorrow. And look at now, I've been questioning the fans. I think they didn't believe it, Keith. I think they were just waiting
for that to blow up.
Yeah, what a fourth quarter at that. 4, 3, 2, 1, and that'll do it. Your winners tonight, the Trotwood Rams, their first win of the season, Keith. They came back from trailing 24-14, 12 unanswered points, and that leads them to their first win of the season. Jeff Graham smiles all up and down that Trotwood sideline as both teams meeting at midfield for the handshake line, of course. Unbelievable performance from the Rams. They didn't give up all night. It wasn't pretty, but, man, the offense was unstoppable in that second half.
Yeah, they went back to the basic fundamental football, and that was what they, hung their hat on for years here, Trotwood, being able to run the ball and run it efficiently. And once you're able to do that, everything else opens up. So once they got the running game going, they was able to throw the ball around and have success there too. And so kudos to Jeff Graham and the Trotwood Rams team. So they got their first W of the season. I know they've been, waiting for it since, practice started in August. Who would have thought they would have waited to September to get their first win? But nonetheless, 1-3 is a lot better than 0-4. And now Trotwood has a little bit of a break in their schedule, and now they get a chance to get some momentum going, heading into the playoffs in October.
Absolutely. Again, the Trotwood Rams, after a loss against Winton Woods in week 1, losses against Fairmont and Springfield in 2 and 3, they pick up a huge week 4 win to improve to 1-3 on the season. They have Withrow coming up next week, Belmont, Ponitz, Dunbar, Meadowdale, and Thurgood again to close out the regular season, of course. And, who knows what happens as far as how they close it out. Postseason still not out of the possibilities yet, but I don't think Jeff Graham and them are worried about that. I think right now they're just worried about celebrating this win.
Exactly.
A well-deserved
Give me a W first. We're about W2 and 3 and 4. Give me the first one. And sometimes the first one is the hardest one to get. And they was able to go get it today.
Gavin Connor tonight, fantastic quarterback play, of course, for the Alternites. I loved Carter Sheets. Those two, the connection that both of them have. Gavin Connor, a sophomore quarterback. Carter Sheets, a junior wide receiver.
We're going to hear a lot from them next year and this
60% of the season remaining, playoffs, and all of next year. Alter, they have 2 studs right there, plus the strong guys on the run game, good offensive line. Very impressed with what they brought to the table tonight. They're going to be fine. They're 2-2 on the season. Really like what Coach Dom Seitz has done with that team as well here in the early going. Keith, closing thoughts as we head into our open Friday. We don't have a Friday game of the week tomorrow night.
I know it's going to be different not being at a game tomorrow night, but I may still find it. I may go to Welcome Stadium and watch one of the Dayton Public School games play. But, hey, it's good Thursday night football here, at Trotwood against Alter. Excellent game. We're on the road. This is only my second week since I missed the first 2 weeks of the season. But, hey, another another close ball game, 26-24. Last week, 10-9. Wayne and Pick Central. Tonight, Trotwood and Alter, 2-point game, 26-24. I take my hat off to Trotwood, coaching staff, keeping the kids' heads in it. They had to overcome a lot of adversity. Yeah, a lot of penalties tonight for Trotwood. That's something that's will be addressed this week in practices, I'm sure. But they was able to come back in that fourth quarter, down 10 points and, got 3 scores, and got back in it and never quit. And, you got to feel so good about that. That's something that Coach Graham could building blocks. When you walk into Trotwood Stadium, you see the state championship banners, state runner-ups. And so this team and program has had a lot of success in the last 15, 20 years. And these guys growing up in this success in Pee Wee level, but now you're high school, and they want to add their names to the lure of the good football that's been here at Trotwood. And I think Jeff Graham is going to continue to lead them in that direction. And so this is a big win like tonight, something you can put in your back pocket when things get tough. Hey, we've done it before. We can do it again. And I think that would just pay dividends down the road for this Trotwood team in the 2022 season.
One more time, your final score here tonight from Trotwood Madison High School. The Trotwood Rams pick up their first win of the season, 26-24 the final. The Rams over the Alternites. Big performances tonight from star quarterback Timothy Carpenter, who did it all. He did it in the air. He did it on the ground. He did it with his foot. He's their kicker. He's their punter. He's their kickoff man. He does it all for them, and he led them to their first win tonight. Obviously, one of the reasons he's one of the star QBs in the Miami Valley. Huge
with
performance.
A bright future.
Yes. Armani Rogers, big play after big play tonight. That's only a freshman, Keith, and he had the game-winning touchdown catch, of course. And then he wouldn't have had a chance to do that if it wasn't for well, star wide receiver, the junior Quentin Johnson, who was the Quentin Johnson show in the third quarter and start of the fourth. But unbelievable game tonight. Keith, we're off tomorrow. Back at it a week from tomorrow night, though. We have a big one already. Week 5 next week, the halfway point. We'll have the Wayne Warriors against Jackson McGowan and the Miamisburg Vikings. So pretty excited for that matchup as well. Folks, thank you. We'll be back to our regular Friday game of the week starting next week. Until then, again, Brandon Williams. Shout out to Brandon back in the studio.
Brando.
Appreciate you, Brandon. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening. Until next week, this has been our ESPN Dayton High School Football Game of the Week on 1410 ESPN Radio.
Buckeye fans, the brand new Chicken Wing in Huber Heights is now open and ready to take your tailgate party to the next level. Do you need a large order of wings for your next Buckeye party? Place your order at our drive-thru. No one else can say that. Chicken Wing is fresh, never frozen, and cooked to order. Hand-battered tenders and fresh hand-tossed wings and your choice of delicious sauces. Chicken Wing, 6315 Brent Pike in Huber Heights. Find us on social at Chicken Wing Co., where fresh and flavor come together. Oh yeah, go Bucks!
Dell Technologies' semi-annual sale has arrived, and it's time to upgrade to the latest business technology. Save big on laptops and desktops with Windows 11 Pro. Plus, get amazing deals on server, storage, and cloud solutions, as well as top work accessories, including docks, monitors, and more. Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for business. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL for special business offers during our semi-annual sale.
What's the room again?
1240, down at the end.
Ooh, what's that? Sammy, don't touch that. That's someone's old food.
Here we are. Do you have the key?
You have both of ours.
Oh, right. Not working.
Rub it.
Come on.
Try flipping it over.
Seriously, why can't we go inside? I'm tired.
Give me yours.
You have mine.
All right.
What?
Please, if you
Dad,
could just...
why aren't you opening the door?
Can everyone just shut the...
Don't go there. Go on a real vacation. Go RVing. Learn more at GoRVing.com.
Welcome to Allstate, where saving on your auto insurance is kind of like a joyride. You, your car, and an open road. Maybe your best friend, too. The music is chill, and so is the traffic. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Call me, Dave Mowdy, at 325-2474. That's 325-2474. Right across the street from Frisch's on East Main Street in Springfield. Based on coverage selected, savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
Hey, Buckeye fans, as the official wing sponsor of your Ohio State Buckeyes, Roosters is giving away 12 trips for 2 to this year's Buckeye Bowl game. Each trip comes complete with airfare, hotel, gift bag, and 2 tickets to the big game. One bowl prize winner chosen each week, along with other cool Roosters weekly prizes. So register every week at roosterswings.com. Roosters, a fun, casual joint, and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Official contest rules at roosterswings.com.
Dak Prescott here. Why do I choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number? Because better sleep elevates my game. Only my Sleep Number 360 smart bed helps me fall asleep faster, keeps me cool, and effortlessly adjusts for my best sleep. The result? 28 minutes more restful sleep a night. That's more focus, more edge, and more highlights. And that means more wins for all of us.
Don't miss the final days of the biggest sale of the year. Save 50% on the Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed. Ends Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, the official sleep and wellness partner of the NFL.
Doctors Without Borders teams confront hard facts in conflict and crisis zones. When others look away, we step in to act. Because measles still kills more than 100,000 children every year, we're there to vaccinate more than 1 million. Because some countries have only 1 or 2 mental health professionals, we provided over 400,000 mental health consultations last year. The fact is, your support makes our life-saving work possible. Picture the impact we can have together. DoctorsWithoutBorders.org.
We'll just go bring guys.
Real men don't need draft picks.
We need mercenaries.
Because that's where you are.
And that's what they've done.
Yeah.
Von Miller, Matthew Stafford. We go on down the list, man.
Yeah.
You know, Odell Beckham Jr.
Keep going.
I mean,
come on now.
Mercenaries. Oh, you're looking for a home? Well, we got you. Come on in. And at some point, they're going to have to flip it because they're running out of assets, right?
Yes.
To bring those mercenaries in. But in the short term, it's worked. I'm curious to see, and we'll find out eventually, but I'm sure they do have especially Les Snead has a long-term plan as to how to recoup some of that, as my voice is now wavering again. Son of a biscuit. But anyway.
I thought you had gotten rid of that.
dude, it's
going to hang around for a
right?
while.
Yeah, I know. I mean, anyway, bottom line is they have brought in hired guns that has led to a Lombardi and 2 Super Bowl appearances, winning one of them. I'm not going to doubt anything that combination has right now, and they were rightly rewarded with those contract extensions.
And if you're the Los Angeles Rams, you do not want to have happen to you what the Seattle Seahawks are going through right now, because Russell Wilson, now the Denver Broncos, by the way, those 2 teams get together. Russell Wilson's homecoming, Monday Night Football with Joe Buck and Troy Aikman and ESPN and ABC at 8:15 Eastern time. Even Russell Wilson said that, the Seattle Seahawks tried to move me. They tried to engineer something which it could have been a trade involving Josh Allen because that's who they wanted. And the Buffalo Bills said, we're going to give you the courtesy of not hang up the phone on you for asking for such a deal like that when it comes to our quarterback. But Russell Wilson being very transparent, saying, hell yeah, they tried to move me. And that was another reason why I knew I was not going to be long to try to be a part of this in Seattle.
Well, and we'll talk to one of his former teammates coming up in a bit, in Seattle Seahawks Pro Bowl safety Quandre Diggs, who never holds back. He'll be here coming up in about an hour and 20 minutes. You don't want to miss that one. And we're obviously going to ask him, hey, Russell's not wearing a red shirt anymore.
No,
you
not.
Can hit him. What's that going to be like? Because that was your you-know-what if you did hit him in practice. And how should he be received by the 12s? I'm curious to see what Quandre has to say when he joins us coming up in about an hour and 20 minutes.
I'll say this. There's no way that anybody should be booing. If you're booing, then you're just a hater, period. There's no reason to hate on a guy that laid it on the line for your organization and for your franchise and for your city. You don't have to like the fact that he's not there anymore, that he won out of Seattle. That's fine. But to actually boo that guy who was drafted in the 3rd round and became a superstar quarterback, and the only reason he wanted to move from Seattle was because he felt the organization did not have respect for him, and then reports were happening saying that the organization felt that he had gotten to the end of his being an elite or close to being an elite quarterback. You want to boo him for leaving because you felt he should have stayed, fine. But that's the only reason to boo, and that should not even be a good reason to do that on Monday night when he returns to Seattle with a different football team.
I'm curious to see what Q says, because as you know, he's not short of an opinion. So Quandre Diggs, Pro Bowl safety for the Seahawks, coming up, and I'll give you a little taste of Monday Night Football between the Donkeys and the Seahawks right here on ESPN Radio. But I'm with you. I mean, he laid it out there, and he brought a Lombardi there.
Right.
So, that's long term. That's how he'll be remembered. You know how it is, man. It's different. Short term, man, it's ill will.
It's painful.
Long term, it'll be a standing ovation anytime he wants to go back. You know how, especially in this day and age.
It should not even be less.
Look at Les Miles at LSU. I mean, immediate, get the hell out of here. He comes back with his natty team, right? And it was a standing ovation when he was introduced.
Yeah, because those things matter. And if you're LSU in the land of Saban, you want to look back and say,
in the moment right now, it's, hey, Russ, don't let the door hit you into you-know-what, where the good Lord split you, right? Now it's, hey, but 10 years from now, it'll be standing ovation when he comes back from the 12s.
Yep, we'll see what's going to happen on Monday night. It still seems weird to say Monday Night Football, tune in for Joe Buck and Troy Aikman on ESPN and ABC.
I hadn't thought about
After all those years of being on Fox, now they're co-workers with us with that game happening. They'll put a period on Monday Night Football, putting a period on a whole weekend of NFL that got started tonight with the Rams taking on the Bills. Right now, the Rams about to punt the football. Von Miller already with 2 sacks against his old team for the Buffalo Bills. Bills still lead the Rams 17-10 with 5:15 to play in the 3rd quarter. And now we have the WNBA Finals. The Connecticut Sun call it a comeback. They beat the Chicago Sky, the champions from last year, 72-63. They'll win that series in 5 games by a count of 3-2. They will take on the Las Vegas Aces. Game 1 happening this weekend on ESPN and ABC. Like we mentioned, keep hitting us on Twitter at the Dr. Pepper Twitter feed. Ian's handle, Ian50ESPN. My handle at Coleman ESPN. So who are going to be the real winners when it comes to the NFL in 2022? We'll get to that next if you keep it here on ESPN Radio.
The best of Thursday's Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Why are you wearing a money exchange today?
Come on, Jay, man. What you think?
We've had these moments before.
I cannot listen to you guys tell me about fashion. Don't tell me anything about clothes.
Max bother you.
Max,
don't
are you?
Exchange anymore.
More from KJ and Max Friday morning at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and ESPN2.
Anyone who has ever needed self-storage knows what a hassle it can be. You have to rent or borrow a truck and then find someone to help you move your stuff. And let's face it, moving furniture and heavy items without damaging them isn't easy. Renting the unit is worse. The hidden fees and admin costs are scarier than the dingy facilities you're leaving your stuff in. Why not use Closet Box instead? Closet Box is self-storage without leaving home. They'll pick up your belongings, store them securely, and bring any item back when you need it. The best part? Unlike traditional self-storage, you only pay for what you store. No paying for unused storage space. Closet Box's background check storage movers are licensed, bonded, and insured and will take care of all of the heavy lifting. Closet Box's local storage centers are temperature controlled and monitored 24/7. Closet Box has an A+ rating from the BBB. Call 877-233-5696 now for the season's best rates. Get $50 off first month storage using code RADIO50. That's 877-233-5696. 877-233-5696.
Dell Technologies' semi-annual sale has arrived, and it's time to upgrade to the latest business technology. Save big on laptops and desktops with Windows 11 Pro. Plus, get amazing deals on server, storage, and cloud solutions, as well as top work accessories, including docks, monitors, and more. Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for business. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL for special business offers during our semi-annual sale.
You're the one who protects the flock, and that requires an eye for detail. Because when safety and well-being are on the line, it's the details that can save lives. Even when no one else is watching, you see everything. Grainger gets you, and we're here for you, and all the ones who get it done with a wide range of safety products and solutions, plus board-certified safety consultants here to answer your questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real. And I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-364-9188. 800-364-9188. 800-364-9188. Optima Tax Relief. Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit Optima.